We're never alive. We're just always talking.
Yeah.
The shit talking is real. The rest is not.
Yeah, I'd buy that. To be honest,
Seamlessly edited.
We all get on a call before we press the play on our pre-recorded versions of ourselves.
Yes.
We make the joke. We write all the jokes like beforehand.
Yeah,
So,
it's all scripted.
yeah.
Yep.
That's why it's once a week, because the rest
I
of the
think the
week
jokes would be better then.
Yeah.
We're not very good script writers.
We're very bad script writers. Yeah.
We'll fit right into Hollywood
We
then.
said we were good.
Also, I'd love it if it was pre-recorded, but each of us separately pre-recorded each bit. That would explain a lot. That would explain a lot of things that happened.
Yeah.
You're the 100 monkeys typing on a keyboard and coming up with the, the classics.
An actual decent conversation.
You know those classic scripted things like fuck you getting trapped in a box
Yep.
for the first session and possibly gonna die this session. Other things like Zormir cataclysmically fucking up right when he needed to succeed on his random roll dice.
Look at the Christmas session we did.
I didn't see that one, I don't think.
Oh, you didn't watch it? But,
No.
You should.
The three of us had to choose something each. And we typed one in at a time. And it just ended up working so well.
Yep. Somehow it always does.
It really does. I don't know, half the shit we do, I should not work at all.
We all share the one brain cell.
I'm not convinced it's one.
We have a
I'm not
hive
convinced
mind.
it's one.
Only because we combine it from each of us. That's why it becomes a one.
We get one brain cell by our powers combined.
By our powers
Yes,
One container.
we are
Me and
brain
Will
cells.
do actually pick up the litter.
I can't.
How the DM gets plenty of time to prepare beforehand.
Yeah.
We just ramble so much rubbish.
DM's
You set the timer for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I set the time 10 minutes because I didn't know how long we was actually going to ramble on for. I can change.
We
it
can
to
ramble
5
for any
minutes.
amount.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I can't let you guys ramble for more than 5 minutes because, we have limited session
You
time.
actually have a
We're 3 minutes then.
Right,
You get
well,
5
I've
minutes
got-
of ramble.
I've got a 3-minute timer. Let's put it to the 5 minutes. There we go.
2 minutes now, sorry.
We need more minutes. We have to convince them
mean,
to give
the
us more
the times
minutes.
that I've got are only 1 minute. 5
Do a
minutes, 10
minute.
minutes.
Do a minute. Just
A
keep
minute,
an eye
yeah.
on it and then do it again.
I mean,
Yeah, this feels like a maths problem. How do you...
Math. This is why we're suffering at this non-distinct roll dicing gaming.
Dice rolling game.
Yes,
Roll dicing game.
roll dicing game.
We throw things and then we cut them to little pieces with them.
Yes.
Because
Was supposed
we
to
won't
play role
mention the
playing, so we're
names
now play rolling.
Yes, we won't mention the names of the bad things now. They might come for us.
Hey, my stream is technically titled as TTRPG at the moment because I found that on Twitch.
We're
mean,
virtual
if there's-
tabletop
yeah.
gaming.
If there's a TTRPG thing rather than the other one, we should probably
Yeah.
switch to that.
It's exactly what I did. I just went, I wonder if this is a thing. Yes, it is. Got it. I'm assuming it's only for like Warhammer and things.
For
But...
Yeah, remind me next
other
time.
ones call it
Well, I would
different
get assorted RPGs.
names.
Also, super hype.
Miscellaneous RPGs.
My faction in Warhammer 40k is coming out soon. I'm getting hype.
What's your... Oh, God.
Are you sure?
No,
you're
not the
getting it?
guard. No one cares about the guard. It's the
Oh,
world
World
eaters.
Eaters. Okay,
It's the world
that's
eaters.
much better.
It's me. Do you seriously think I'll sit with tiny,
Yep.
squishy people with guns?
No.
No, I didn't think so, but Guard's the one that's coming out most soon.
But they're starting to get all the big teasers out for World
Yeah.
Eaters now because the guards got their teasers way back.
Yeah,
We
I'm
all know
probably-
what the guards got now. No one cares
I
about
think
them.
I am good to go if people want to get started.
Sure.
Yep.
Are you ready in your box?
Kinda.
Yeah, fuck you. Are you ready in your little
I'm still
haunted
I'm
house?
still sending an email from work, but I'll be here.
I like, by the way,
It's 4 minutes past. You're off the clock. What are you doing?
I know.
You're
like-
diluting your pay.
It's because I'm talking.
I like, by the way, that our
That's
current
fair.
name is Lou Grizorme Point, and then there's just Gwent as well.
things went as well.
All right, I can at least do the introductions and recap. Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Alterra, the Shattered Altsphere, episode 48, Haunt of the Aizmirst, part 1. We'll see if there's part 2 if the players just all die.
I mean, this could be considered part 2, I suppose.
You only technically got the introduction last time. It's not sufficient, and I had plans with that
Day
one
one,
of
part two.
let the players fuck around for a little bit, and yeah,
We fucked around a bit too much.
We do have the parental locks on this channel, so
Here's on mine.
gotta make sure
I
I.
didn't think a locked room mystery. The mystery is why did he lock himself in the room?
Yes, for those who are curious, but Chris, didn't you mention something about downtime last week? Well, yes, but then you triggered a plot, so
Yeah.
that's on you.
Yeah, entirely. That's why I was like, I'm not even gonna send the requests that I need to do for downtime because we've got to find out if fuck you's gonna survive.
Didn't
you mention something about downtime?
Also, someone mute. Also, someone mute the stream.
That's me. Hello, Chris. Oh, Chris, I did mention something about time. Yes.
Just send the request.
Who's doing it?
I was assuming it was
Not me.
I was assuming it was on Chris's end by that statement at the end.
We good?
It shouldn't be me. All my videos are
It was
good.
me.
Ah.
God damn
Ah,
it!
Get me now.
Don't you know what headphones are?
I was getting the viewerships up.
Yeah,
but I thought it was muted,
the way to get viewership, by the way, on Twitch now, if you're actually on the stream, mute the
I thought it was.
don't mute the stream, mute the tab it's on.
Okay.
Okay.
They've changed a few of the rules. It doesn't work like that anymore, otherwise.
Hmm.
I'm going to mute myself while I sort that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just mute the tab.
Yes, your downtime will unfortunately have to wait until we resolve this. I was partially expecting, because I never fully expect you guys not to do anything. I was partially expecting for a nice, peaceful couple of days before we transition into a 2-week downtime. But Fuki really wanted to investigate the bowels of the guard tower, so.
You really wanted to get into
To
shit
be
early.
fair, technically, it has been a very peaceful couple of days. Because fucking
Yes.
starving to death in a hole somewhere, and Alvina's looking for freaking rocks.
Those tuning in for the first time,
And the point's,
Fukyu is currently
trying to
trapped
make
in a
stew.
mirror room.
That he's peeling the dimensions away from.
He's
yeah.
peeling the dimensions away, apparently in some sort of demiplane or a mirror dimension, and there seems to be a strange ghost specter-like creature, or at least something in the mirrors that has reflected back a twisting Fukyu.
Which sounds worse when you say it like that than what the actual thing is.
Yeah. Even,
Yeah.
even creepier. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Is that for
And
the
also
new
for reference
viewers?
on anybody,
Fuck you is the name of the
Fuck you is the name
character.
of the character. Yeah, there we go.
Let's get into character introductions. Alvina, say hi.
Howdy!
Zormir, say hi.
Hi.
Fukyu, say hi.
Hello there.
There you go. It's that one. That one's gonna
Hello.
die. Gwent, say hi.
R.I.P. Fuck you.
Master Lou, say hi.
Hi.
And the point in the Great Bastion Breakout, say hi.
I would try and sing the Bake Off theme, but I don't know it.
Neither do I.
Nope.
I nearly actually just started doing, I think, countdown. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
My brain just went
Give it,
too
give
deep into countdown.
I mean, I've been watching 8 out of 10 cats do countdown a lot recently, and that's
Yeah.
where my mind went.
Now, a couple of quick bookkeeping catch-ups. Abigail has gone off to visit family in the town and is not currently an available NPC. Drax and Emmy are effectively ship-bound in that they are not allowed to freely patrol the city at both the request of common sense and also the request of Zormir, who I'm assuming is the voice of reason in the party and has very clearly laid out,
Okay,
hey,
that
maybe
one
we
I-
shouldn't let foreign spies into the city on our watch.
Other than one.
I mean, do
We're
we
only
know
allowed
that
to lose
Emmy's
one.
Do we actually
Yes,
know
we do.
Emmy's a spy? Right, fair.
Yes.
Yes.
Totally.
We are
You
very
are aware
aware.
that they are connected to the Empire.
Or in Alvina's case, she's a spy for that very nice dryad lady that she's met.
Yeah.
But she knows she's
I'm
a
pretty
spy.
sure introduced herself as an Inquisitor.
Oh yeah, but Alvina's not smart enough to realize that means spy for the Empire. She thinks she's a personal spy.
Like a PI or?
But
Yes.
either way, this is common knowledge by just
Yes.
the sheer amount of like secondary psychic characters you had.
Yep.
About this. So they are available on when you return to the ship, and you can interact with them on the ship itself, but they will not be able to accompany you on quests within the city. You also discover, by mention of Drax, that there is also a strange psionic pressure in the city that, while not dangerous to either of them, makes them both incredibly uncomfortable to actually venture out into the city. It seems to play havoc with their memories.
Neil? I knew
Nailed
it.
Yeah.
Nailed
I knew it.
Also, by the way, I am assuming that Susie and Gregor are also not allowed out on account of being hydras.
Yes, that was going to be my next part. Giant wild animals, not permitted in the very cramped, highly organized city in a cavern.
My small
Wait,
animals
so-
are, though.
Wait,
small animals.
Alvina's allowed out.
I'm not
Yeah,
big enough. I don't meet the height
To be fair,
requirement.
the cities haven't quite clocked her yet.
I mean, you did
Yeah.
say that you had like
They'll
one of your
learn.
fire rabbits with you last week, so
Yeah, I had one of my rabbits. I've got my fox because it's using it to track you down.
yeah.
Similar reason for Mr. Popular, and Sawed-Off is fine because Sawed-Off can be put in a key and brought out whenever you need them.
Oh, that's the point. I forgot about sort of was in.
You forgot you've got a deployable fire elemental.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it
you
didn't
know
really
what?
get to stay.
I'm pretty sure you met the requirements for Sawed-Off level up. Sawed-Off is not going to be leveled up for this session because I actually forgot that he gets promoted effectively to tier 2.
Cool.
So I will upgrade him. He is now a medium-sized elemental
Okay.
with a little bit increased power, and he should have an extra ability that I will need to think on. So I'll just double his damage for today, and then I'll
Open
officially
doors
update
that you
that.
can't see.
And also, they never said anything about my golem.
Oh yeah, they never complained about your flying golems,
Oh, yeah.
apparently. Or they possibly were and chasing you down.
The golems as constructs would
They're
normally
too
be
scared,
fine
would
so
they
long as you
not?
keep them under control. The city is not foreign to the idea of golems and constructs. They are, especially for the elemental arts.
I mean, if they let Fade wander around as a construct, they should be fine with your golem.
If
Well,
Fade is okay,
They're,
the
they're not
golems
an actual construct. They're annoying. The hovering gold thing's very obviously an Automon.
Yeah.
But Automons are effectively neutral in the city. They don't have a fear of it. You may come across one or two very basic golems here and there in the outpost. You might find them deeper into the actual city, but they're still very useful. They are considered effectively machinery.
Is
Hey,
it,
look.
is it Terry Pratchett rules, right?
Hey, they let Alvina around in this place, and they're
They
not.
haven't. We've just figured. They haven't figured Alvina out yet. Is the only reason Alvina's
Yeah,
not. Being
as soon as they figure out Alvina, they might put a lockdown on her too. We'll see how quickly Alvina can get banned from the city.
I haven't managed it yet. The
Hmm.
worst thing I've done is possibly like sleep in a few trees and like possibly harass a bunch of guards into saying they're harassing me. But
Possible.
And,
They're
and
listed
have a
as growing.
dwarf follow you around attempting to do cooking.
yeah. Oh, and also some people apparently tried to mug me in the meantime. So that they started it is what I'm calling out when everyone calls me.
In addition, in terms of quest, you are effectively in free roam pending your 2-week evaluation to get your passport, for all intents and purposes, into the rest of the city. So you have 2 weeks to wait out. You don't technically need to stay here, but given most journeys away from here will take about 2 weeks there and back.
There's no point really.
I mean, sure, you pick it up in like a month's time if you return to sea. You just
No.
won't get your any rewards or items until you get back.
Yeah, we need money.
Currently in terms of open quests, in effectively the meta players
Yeah.
guidebook or whatever you want to call it, because you know
Field
this
manual.
is still TTRPG.
Yeah.
You have a open invitation from Norman Kent for their master Grenselli Kayor, who is effectively the mayor of the docks union here. They have invited you to dinner later tonight, and obviously if you have the Fokus got locked in a cell.
And Alvini needs to find something that is not essentially underwear and a bra.
That is a player-driven quest, and you can define the success conditions of that quest however you'd like, whether it's actually freeing Fukyu or at least confirming Fukyu's dead.
Yeah, at least getting their loot.
Alvina goes
Is all
shopping.
else fails.
And I also need to figure out if this goblin was flirting with me yesterday or what.
Oh yeah. That was
We need to
Gwent's
confirm
real.
if that goblin can actually speak.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, that reminds me, Zomir.
Hmm?
Do we have
Yes.
any glue or duct tape?
Glue or duct tape? What do you need glue or duct tape for?
Don't worry about it.
Oh no.
With that, we are effectively in open session. We return to the players in front of the guard's tower, chatting about, and we'll pop in on Fukyu in a couple of minutes.
So that's
Okay.
what. Basically, I'm assuming Alvina brings this up as a guard essentially walks past. Oh, by the way.
Again, guard's giving you the side eye.
Yeah.
I don't tend to need duct tape to put my things back together. I'm not that incompetent.
Do you have glue though?
No, I have the mending cantrip.
Yes, we have
It's
things
not
like
necessary.
mending.
It's not necessary to stick something broken back together. It's to stick something together.
Go to the shops then. What are you asking me for glue and duct tape?
Okay, can I have some money?
Do I look? Shit! That's why we need him back. He's got all the finances.
He has most of the finances because I think Alvina has most of the rest, and she spent the vast majority of those already.
Shit! We need to get that little shit out. He's got most of the finances.
Yes, I'm aware of this.
Yeah, Gwen's just going to hang out the back and just put the coin purse just slightly further down in the bottom of the bag.
Don't worry, Gwen. I know.
I have some gold on me, but I don't think. I'm not sure how much. Don't know how much it's going to cost here. And I was currently in negotiations with someone else myself. I need my money.
I just basically need something that'll stick multiple things together that won't ignite the things.
What the fuck are you trying to do?
Don't worry about it. You'll find out.
I think you'd be very worried about it. What are the rest of the players who are watching Zormir and Alvina squabble? What are they up to? What are their thoughts? Lou, The Point, and Gwent, what are the three of you up to?
How many days has it been since Fuck You disappeared?
We started this on... was it the third or the fourth day we started this on?
This is...
Fourth day.
No, I thought this was the third day. Wasn't it? Because Fade left today.
I thought it was the morning of the 4th.
Yeah, it's due morning of the 4th.
Okay, that's easier, yeah.
Okay, day 4. Some sort of weather check, but you're going to be in a cavern, so the weather's irrelevant.
It's going to be freaking like earthquakes.
They disappeared on the first day, so it has been 2 full days to the second, third. It's been 3 full days. Well, 2 full days, and you're not quite sure when they disappeared on the first day. I assume at night.
He was last seen on the first day.
Yeah, he was last seen on the first day. I mean, Fuck You isn't really used to like wandering around in these caves yet. He can't really tell whether it's day or night just yet.
To be fair, there's a constant dim glow in the cavern because it doesn't actually have a day-night cycle. You can only tell if it's day or night by how drunk the sailors are and how the population ebbs and flows in terms of how busy the city is.
Yeah.
Since you were trying to stealth into somewhere, presumably the less busy period,
Yeah,
i.e.
probably
night,
would have
would be
been,
the ideal.
Like, watching it and just making sure like the number of guards and people around was at its lowest before like just wandering in.
To be fair, I guess there could be some fluctuation because the cavern is predominantly lit up by luminescent glow of these purple and blue trees, fungi, and clusters of mushrooms that dot the massive cavern space that the city is built into.
I just had a thought of when Fuck You might have got in. They're used to sneaking around and breaking into like heavily guarded places, right? They probably went in like early evening, basically roughly when the guard like the shift would change for like the night watch, essentially. Probably about then, right? That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Vaguely.
But we know for definite fact Fuck You is in this building.
Yes,
It also makes sense that during the drinking hours is when the guards are the thinnest at the actual tower, so they can keep meticulous watch and vigilance over any travelers or tourists that have arrived in the city that may not be as respectful of the city's pristine order.
No, that's us.
Look, they haven't caught on yet.
Okay, so
yes, 2.5 days then.
right,
Since
so
it's still early morning, afternoon.
We definitely
would-
know because fuck you keeps messaging me in my head. He's definitely here.
I mean,
Gwent,
he's
yes.
messaged you like 2 times so far.
That's what it was like.
So I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm giving myself some extra charisma and then some advantage on charisma as well for persuasion. And actually have a background that could be useful here, which is investigator. So the crime is a missing goblin.
Yes.
So I should
Technically, he's not missing.
Are we going to
He's
basically warn it?
missing enough, man. He's
Yeah.
missing enough.
What the
He's
hell?
disappeared, to be fair.
Oh, for God's sake, just fucking copy and paste, you bastard. Sorry, it's been a long day. Right, boom.
Yeah.
So I should be able to hopefully have an easier run of talking my way in, saying there's a missing goblin inside the building.
Fair enough. The Point and Lou, are you guys doing anything?
You want to buff me because I don't have that high charisma? That would be much appreciated.
You want buffing?
I
Okay.
would be
You've
keeping
already got
keeping an
all
eye
the
on.
I
Hmm?
forgot.
If you want either buffing or a face, let me know. The point's mostly just looking at the door, trying to work out how to get in.
Lou would be
The
keeping
door's
an
currently
eye
open.
on.
People are
Gwent.
coming and going.
Yep, exactly.
What?
I've
Which?
already given myself the the enhanced ability one for charisma.
Well, let's bump your charisma up even further.
And I'll give you a bardic inspo.
Do a reminder that spells of the same name do not stack.
Okay. What can
What
I
is
give
your
you from
bardic
this?
for my 13? Because that is quite terrible.
It's a D8, I think.
Yep, check that.
But didn't you have? Oh no, it's advantage.
No, that is
Ugh.
advantage. It's just
Oh,
bad. Like, not
wait, no, hang on.
charismatic.
My bardic inspiration's good. This one's is a check,
It's a
right?
reroll. You get a reroll.
This is a check, yes. This is a skill
Then
check.
yeah, you get a reroll.
What other skills do you
we roll a
think?
skill
could
check.
be-
Ooh, 4.
Better.
17.
Yep, 17.
Do you
And,
want?
and how are you wording this? What are you trying to gain access to? What is your objective in your persuasion?
The objective is just to get past the front door, frankly. Just to get in and to get through so I can actually get to this door inside. So that's just the... It's just trying to get in the front door, get past the first stage is pretty much what the idea is. And not be associated with, you know, Alvina's
The rest of us.
nonsense and Zormir's
You
I'm a
technically,
policeman, but I'm not a policeman nonsense.
you
I'll
technically
give
need,
you.
you technically need me with one thing, which I can actually do if you give me like a few minutes.
Well, as you're kind of grabbing the attention of another guard, this one again
I'll give you
seems to be
Fox's
very
comment.
Before you
annoyed
go any
by
further,
another
Chris.
request. Yes.
Lou would be watching. Nah, forget. I don't think it'd be relevant now. Sorry.
No, sorry.
I'll give you Fox's cunning, so you've got an advantage on intelligence checks.
Okay.
It's investigation, so
As you grab the attention of a wandering guard, this one you're feeling the tension and frustration. Zormir, it's very obvious that the word has now gotten around to pretty much every guard in the building that there is rabble rousers outside constantly trying to request, and that they should pretty much be ignored and dismissed. As you flash your charismatic smile, the guard stares at you, and there's a pause as you attempt to pitch your argument for why you should be allowed in. Now, unfortunately, this guard is partially hostile and agitated by your party. So any persuasion checks against him are made at disadvantage, for you have failed the previous checks.
so
Which means even with your advantage, it becomes a flat roll. But as the guard stares you down, you feel a wall press against you. He's partially taking in your arguments, but you can see out of the corner of his eyes, he's just dismissing them. He's humoring you. You're being charismatic enough that he is continuing to listen and not outright stopping you. But unfortunately, you have not succeeded in persuading him to let you go rummaging around the interiors of the guard power.
In that case,
if you don't want us to come in, can you please
hang on a minute,
at least try the door? And then we all leave. Once you try the door, that's better for you and for us. Just get somebody to try the door. You stay here with us. Get somebody to try the door. That's all we ask, and then we will leave. And I point to Alvina and Zormir. They don't come back.
Don't want to be here. Got better things to do.
Yes.
Whoever has the
have a
highest
dinner
insight
tonight
check.
with the lady.
Roll me an insight check. And Lou, what were you saying?
I was going to say if I could bend luck.
Does bend luck allow you to target other people's checks?
I think there's a level of it that does.
When another creature you can see makes an attack, roll an ability check or a saving throw, you can use your reaction to spend 2 sorcery points to roll 1d4 and apply the number rolled as a bonus or penalty, your choice, to the creature's roll. You can do so after the roll, but before any effects occur.
You believe the D4 probably wouldn't be enough. This is quite a high DC check, and I am taking the 7 for a flat roll.
Yeah, so it's 11 total, so I don't think a D4 will do it there, but I'm afraid. Even if it rolls a 4, it's a 15.
Gwent and Zoro... Gwent, you're far too focused on your argument. You're getting the average intent from the guy, but Zormir, you're starting to see the hostility in the back of the guard's eyes is getting increasingly agitated. It seems that he's taking Gwent's argument and proposition as a challenge to their authority, and you've met a few guards like this, and all the other guards, you can see them starting to tense their muscles, their arms starting to be very conspicuously placed by their sides and by their weapons. The air's gone still around you, as at least a dozen guards are now paying attention to your conversation. You get the feeling you don't want to push the authority of this very proud guard institution any further than you already have.
Okay. We'll leave. Okay, I understand that I work in... Your work is important. Your work is... And you don't want any more disturbances. We'll leave, but we are still worried about our friend gone missing. Everybody, let's go about our business. Leave them to their jobs.
In case you do find him, can you tell him we've got a dinner appointment tonight? And I will walk away.
And tell him to wear something nice for it.
The guard gives you a reluctant nod and then still watches the back of you as you walk away. The tension not quite dispelling. They're still watching, keeping an eye, just in case this is some form of ploy. They're not unfamiliar with those seeking to take advantage of a surprise.
Can I see if it perked his interest to see if he would actually check? Or is he just like, out of sight, he's never going to think about it again?
It's probably just going to be, let the other guards know these people are still weird. Just keep an eye on them, probably.
No, you seem to have enamored a hostility within each of them, that they are now going to actively refuse to do anything you asked them out of spite. Maybe previously they would have, had you requested it and then left. But now you've become problem clientele that they are deliberately not going to help now.
We are
Okay,
the
well,
problem.
Of course.
I will be performing a small service on the bow of the ship later for fuck you, and
Wait a minute.
Anyway,
Please,
he
everybody
wishes
wear
to
your formal
attend.
clothes. That'd be nice.
You were coming with me to talk to another goblin, weren't you?
The rest party
yeah,
decides what
sure.
they're going to do next as the party disperses from in front of the guard tower. I feel like this is an optimum time to switch in to Fukyu and to see if they're still alive.
Yeah.
I think Point's message is important as well,
Yeah.
by the way.
Ooh.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Fuck you is like just wandering around, pacing around, just going, "Where the fuck am I?"
I see. Your voice echoes out loud and bounces back against you off the glass and the stone wall. There's a daunting volume to the room.
Okay. So, yeah. After like bit of time, fuck you is just like trying to pull more bits of the mirror, or broken mirror off of the wall to see if like he can make the hole into the void any bigger.
Go ahead and put like a little, here we go, a little void space in one of the mirror. Just assume the mirror's all cracked.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have time to put in 1,000 little cracks into the mirror.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What? But go ahead and give me a strength check.
Oh, fuck you, strength check.
You've got a
If you're trying
crowbar,
to,
remember?
Yeah, he's
right,
got-
yep, you have a crowbar, you have
his
advantage.
crowbar
Yeah.
With his -1.
You got this.
Why is it
Well-
showing us
Oh,
1?
double nines.
You've apparently got a positive one.
What? On the sheet it says -1. So how is it positive? Do I have a thing?
I know. I thought you had a. Oh wait, no, I know it. It might be doing bardness.
Bardness? Oh, adding half proficiency.
Proficiency.
Exactly, yeah, because it sometimes does that for things.
Ah. Yeah, that makes
Now,
sense.
this is an ability check. You would have
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades on it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense then, because proficiency is currently +4, so half that'd be 2.
That's what I was like. Oh wait a minute. Here we go.
As James says, Jack of all trades, baby.
It's good.
There you go. A bunch of little cracks in the mirror. There we go. Look at that. Look at my beautiful mirror room.
Yep.
All cracked.
Which I broke.
I also love the
That-
vacuums on
7
the
years bad luck.
So, yeah, I'm assuming
He is
like, with a 9, he's not getting anything. He might cut himself, actually.
Yeah.
With a 9, no, it's not low enough to. You need below a 5 to have any detrimental effect. You just fail.
Fair enough.
The entire room just explodes and you die in a shower of glass.
Fuck you'd probably get like pissed off and just whack at the wall with the crowbar.
You attempt to peel another crack off next to the little hole you've got, trying to leverage your way out. Your mind still reeling and flashing from the echoing, destabilizing scream of whatever creature previously encountered you. As you're pushing, you find the mirror pieces glued to reality quite difficult to pry off. It really makes you consider, how on earth did you ever get that other piece off, and was it a fluke? Will you be able to reaccomplish such a feat,
Yeah.
such that prying the walls of reality down?
So, how big is
How is-
the hole?
That you've previously
Yeah.
made. I think I know what
The
you're doing.
size of one arm.
One arm.
You could
Okay.
fit an arm through it. So let's say what? It's like a
So
a
maybe-
foot in diameter. Like a
Oh
foot.
no, that's way too big.
That's way. That a foot in diameter is like someone's waist.
Yeah, that's you could fit your head
Yeah,
through that.
There you go. Half a foot then. You know,
Half foot,
you can
about
fit,
6
you
inches.
can fit an arm comfortably through it.
Okay.
I think
But
I
you
know
can
what
fit a normal person's arm through. A Goliath might struggle.
Yeah. Okay then. In that case, Fucky's going to pull out his wand,
doing.
and turn into a gecko lizard. So he can like stick on the walls and like
Okay, yeah.
try like see if he can go through the hole. And
gonna go through the hole. You want to go through the crack in the mirror dimension?
yeah,
Okay.
he wants to go into the void.
All right.
This weird ghost.
You can
thing won't
feel
kill
a
me.
little
I'm
bit
good.
of resistance to it. There's space there, but it's almost viscous in its resistance to you, like you're wading through a non-existent pitch black jelly.
He's licking the symbiote.
Going through goop.
I'm gonna need you to make me a charisma saving throw as you force your way through the gaps in reality.
Oh
Charisma
dear.
save as a
Of a
lizard.
gecko? Of a probably one.
Charisma save. I don't have any saves. It's -4.
Yeah, so like 1 or 2 for the stat.
Apparently,
Yeah, about
Gecko's
right.
really hard getting through reality.
I mean, I'm
Who'd
just
have- who'd have thought?
basing on like lizard stat because I don't think there is actually like a gecko one.
The
does that
gecko
work?
stat is literally the lizard stat line
Fair.
with like climbing speed. It's
Yeah.
the exact same.
So yeah, let's roll this. See what happens. 6.
It could have been a lot worse.
Good to me.
As you attempt to push through, you get about halfway through the hole. You can feel the pressure against your little gecko body, your little gecko mind, as it, for a split second, sees flashes of crystal shards refracted in a black void. You can see just flashes of color and light peering back at you before your entire body is shot backwards and you land on the floor of the room. You haven't taken any damage, but your head is spinning, confused, as... Let me just double check something here.
Mm-hmm. So as like gets spun across the room as a lizard, fuck you, like essentially like rolls. I'm assuming like on his back, he's like all 4 foot up in the air. He like does the rocking thing and gets back onto his feet. Shakes
I'd
his.
love to see a gecko's doing that.
Gives his head a little shake, and in his little tiny lizard brain thinks, "What was that?"
As for the next minute, you are under the effect of the confusion spell.
Ooh.
But just the effect, because I feel it's a cool way to mimic the confusion of seeing multiple realities.
Yeah.
What
Hey, it had
does
an
the,
Hang on.
Multiple dimensions.
What does confusion spell do?
Makes you roll d8. It's not particularly relevant out of combat, but you move about randomly. You either don't take actions or you randomly attack things. So play however you want a confused gecko to look for the next minute.
Okay.
You have to
So
flies. You have to non-existent flies.
Yeah. Non-existent flies.
Attack still.
Goes to run towards the hole back where he was, and just runs into this wall here.
Cold stone slaps against your face.
Yep.
Lick.
Then like crawl up the wall, and then like he loses grip on his front claw things, feet, and so he's just like hanging like backwards off of the wall just by his.
You are confused.
Yeah. So if you've ever seen a lizard do it, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
like stuck against the wall, just being held on by his rear feet, and just like like tail up against the wall, and just like I'm stuck.
Help! It's
Help.
literally the help. Look.
Help! Help! Saying to no one in particular in his little lizard voice.
I'm gonna fall!
And like after like 10 seconds or so, he probably will fall.
Time passes for this little gecko, confused, wandering about his own little prison cell. But the minute passes, and eventually your mind comes back to you, no longer reeling from the experience of attempting to push through the gaps in the mirror dimension.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do next?
Do it again.
You can, of course, do it again if you'd like to. All right, roll me one more charisma save.
Charisma save.
Get a good average
between-
here.
The spaces between dimensions are not a way to get high.
I know, apparently
-3.
Oh no!
You know what? That is so bad. The confusion spell now lasts the next hour.
So it'll carry on into goblin form.
Yeah, it will.
As we'll come back to Fukyu in the next hour.
Oh,
As they try not to hurt themselves in their confusion.
Whack!
Oh, he'll be just continually
stuck on the wall.
Yeah, he'll be like stuck on the wall, like freaking the fuck out. After he's ran into it like half a dozen times.
This is why mushrooms are padded and not have mirrors on the walls.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to the mirror.
Flirting with the lizards that you see in all these reflections.
All right, it's approaching now high afternoon.
Oh, high afternoon.
High afternoon. You're getting to like 2 p.m. You're still a couple hours away from the evening dinner invitation, so you can still do at least like one activity or two in close proximity. So let's go around the table of what would everyone like to do. Alvina.
Alvina had eyes on the building, and she was looking to see if there was a gap in the guards. But I'm assuming she's being heavily watched now.
There's normally always one or two kind of not technically guarding, but kind of hanging around, chatting, like you'd imagine in the outside of a busy office or commercial district. There's always a set of eyes or two on it. Not anything you can't conspicuously go past, given this is at least the front part of it is a public building.
Alvina's not looking for the front.
But now that you are being kind of recognized and you don't exactly blend in, a stealthier character could easily make their way in, or a very charismatic character could do the "I belong here" walk in.
Yeah.
But for you, no.
The half-naked, heavily muscled elfin leaves, can't make it. Shame. And so Alvina is going to go and look for essentially something that can be used as a basically sticky substance, like glue type stuff. Okay. And she's trying to make herself or get someone to make her a essentially sort of dress thing out of leaves that she's found that she's picking up a bunch of trees.
There is a path around the guard's tower and onto the main overhead walkway that will take you to the industrial and commercial districts.
And she's basically she's gonna be picking up like either freshly dropped leaves that look nice, or just grabbing leaves off the trees. She's got a big armful, and she's going to basically go get someone to turn them into a dress.
There is
tonight.
You easily find your way to both the tailors and the herbalists, and can, in short succession, over the course of an hour or two, persuade someone to maybe help you or lend you the resources. Although the question raises of, do you have money on you left?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, Alvina's got a fair bit.
Then, unless you are talking about like less than a gold on you, you do have the money to hire somebody out for a very simple request. You wouldn't be able to get anything too fancy, particularly since you want it this afternoon. But if you're happy with a very hastily thrown together garment, then you could easily procure such a thing.
Yes. So it was a gold, you said? Or roughly?
It'll be a couple gold. Go ahead and give me a general charisma check to see how likable you are.
General charisma check.
And to see if you don't.
Not very. She's scary.
You are scary, and you're asking for a very quick and unreasonable request, and there's orders piling up. So unfortunately, you are going to get the upcharged cost. How much the clothes cost?
Mostly they're pretty cheap. I think common clothes.
But you are also in an area that is that is short on resourcing, and the Noid Empire. It does consist of a bunch of hidden rebellion sites. So
I'm providing the materials.
Yeah, but you're still gonna be upcharged to the very expensive price, the premium price for such short requested work of 15 gold.
Okay, I can do it. Can they down it to 13 so that I have a nice round number?
They stare at you. Look at the pile of leaves you want them to sew together. No, 15's correct.
Aw.
Up to 18, so you have a different round number.
No, it's round number because I have 1,013 gold. That is 998 gold. There we go. There you go.
You could throw in a tip.
A tip of what?
I've got a spear somewhere. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just got a leaf dress. That was all Alvina wanted. It was just like, she's not breaking in there. Someone will do it.
We move on to Zormir.
I'm casting the message cantrip as I'm walking with Gwent, basically asking Gwent, what kind of spells do you have prepared?
Good ones? Like healing ones? What kind of ones are you looking for?
Messages is again anything like invisibility, or I mean, you've got the spider climb ring from me, from.
I don't have invisibility on my best day, otherwise I would be constantly invisible.
Damn it!
Constantly.
I'd need an hour to prepare it.
I mean, what do you need invisibility for? Because surely the point looks around for the point who has gone.
Yeah. That's
Would
sort
be
of
the way
Alvina.
to go.
Oh, are there someone else on it? I'm basically continuing this conversation by a message, and so that no one's actually. And then just having random conversation as we're going. Oh, are they on it? Fine, we'll just go trade with a goblin.
Okay, wait, I want to stop in the shop because I want to get myself a... I just put in the chat a suit for Gwent.
That's going to be entertaining enough to see that on its own, if I'm honest.
Let's waiting to see what it is. Yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going fancy.
Look at all these beautiful ships that look identical to yours.
Well, I didn't notice where the tailors were. I assume.
I'm sure there's more than one.
All of the complaining people and the worried looks.
Oh, goodness. For those watching at home, you're glad you don't see this.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah.
You're kind of cursed.
But just try to imagine Rodney's face on top. That's all I
Yeah.
ask.
I was already.
On it.
All right,
Okay.
Zormir, what else are you doing?
Going and get their suit ordered and then go annoy the goblin to see if I can find out whether they were flirting or they were actually talking business with me. I don't know.
They weren't talking to you.
Well,
Yeah.
eyebrow
What you
in
said
business
is a
with
lot of
me.
eyebrows.
As you arrive at the tailors, they seem to be busy at work making this very strange leaf garment.
Alvina's been here. We're gonna have to be very nice to
And
them.
then Alvina, are you still in the room? Do they
Yeah.
notice you at this moment? You notice standing in the shadows ominously
Glowing.
is Alvina.
Ignore them or you'll never get your suit.
Do you just close the door and walk away?
The bell above the door rings, and without looking up, the tailor utters in a frustrated voice, yes, whatever it is, it's going to have to be ordered for a day or two. I'm currently working on a high priority delivery.
Can you recommend another tailor then?
Not unless you've got passports to get into the main city. I'm the only general tailor out here in the docks.
I guess
I'm gonna make eye contact with Alvina with just the biggest eyes and then just sadly walk out.
Hey, you're
Let's
gonna,
go to your goblin.
You're
I
gonna,
don't
What you've
deserve
done!
nice things.
I'm an elf.
you're gonna. I'm more just concerned that you're not going. Alvina's gonna basically be wearing a bright fucking pink leaf dress to a formal wear. I'm surprised you haven't brought that up, if I'm honest.
No, at least it's a better colour than green, so we're happy.
It's different colour, yeah.
It's okay. I think if we talk to one of the other two, they maybe have be able to fabricate you a nice suit or something.
Wait a minute, don't we have a lot of... You think that someone could make a suit out of all the clothes that the Point stole from the Oni King's wardrobe?
I assume the Point's wardrobe is the thing that's locked heaviest in the ship.
The most heavily fortified part.
Yeah, like there are glyphs of warding on power word kill, everything. I just assume.
Yeah, fair.
Point's wardrobe has been significantly upgraded, and the Point has some. I mean, you had downtime. You had a couple days on that ship where you could have just been fabricating the entire journey.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have happily done that, but nobody asked me, so.
Yeah, there's no Gwent shit.
Well, I just assume your wardrobe is incredibly
Oh, yeah.
upgraded.
Oh, yeah,
to
my-
fine material.
So half of it is my wardrobe's been upgraded. Half of it is my main outfit is glamour weave. So it's just 5 outfits in one. So I've got all these fancy outfits, never wear any of them.
But you relax in the knowledge that your wardrobe would make even a king jealous.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
Nobody will ever see it or know this, but you know that. That's what matters.
Exactly.
All right, Zormir makes their way to the ship. We'll come, not to the ship, to the scrap shop, or the we're just gonna call it the pawn shop.
Yeah.
No, what do you?
The Goblin
Oh.
Tinker is what I call it.
I thought Flirty Goblin.
Zoe's Emporium.
Yeah, the miscellaneous emporium shop. We'll focus currently be confused for an hour. Gwent, you were making a suit. Would you like to do anything else?
Oh, and I'm just going with Zormir to be the wingman. I mean, bad choice, but I'm there to be the wingman.
No, that's fair. All right, Cult Master Lou, what are you up to?
Be making sure my robes are all nice and clean and
Embroidering new.
making me look
Yeah.
as presentable as possible for a black tie dinner.
Embroidering new eldritch symbols onto your cult robe.
That's fair. I'll get ready for dinner. All right, you are able to easily do so. The Point into the Great Bastion Breakout. What are you up to?
Probably earlier, but can't lose now. I went invisible and I'd like to sneak into the guard place.
You may do so. Give me a stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
Come on,
For
Point.
you are invisible.
I will say, just in case this goes badly, I am currently in my incognito outfit. Again.
Is it
Oh,
ninja?
Jesus
Your
Christ.
Cornelio outfit?
Oh, okay, that was a 7. Okay.
What was it say? Just
11.
5 in
Uh,
grey.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's 11.
So,
Would you like
Yeah,
to
it took
do
a second
anything
for
for
it
I
to
announce
come
the results?
through.
I don't think I have anything I can to choose. Oh, I have a destiny point.
You have a destiny,
Destiny
yeah.
Is that one more reroll if I had advantage on it?
Yes, you just get to roll once, and you can take the highest.
Basically, Elvish precision.
So when I rolled that the first time, it was a 7 and 1. It looked like 2 natural ones.
Damn. It was worse. So,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
goodbye,
it still
you're dead.
works. It still works.
As you're walking around the open public front house area of the guard's post, you get distracted momentarily by the arguing of two guards. Just a sudden flare up. It looks like a captain shouting at one of their subordinates, and as you're kind of looking over your shoulder at them, you find yourself pressed against a very large muscular body as you bump in to what looks to be a sobering up burly sailor that is currently filling out paperwork on a desk for their release. As they stare down at you, not seeing you, but staring right through you. They reach out their hand towards your shoulder, presumably attempting to see if there's anything there. You have mere moments to react. What would you like to do?
Combat roll.
I would like to just gently pat them on the arm and say, sorry about that, and step backwards.
Your persuasion
go.
check to see how this goes.
Come on, point. Persuade the drunk guy that they're hallucinating.
Give me this
I have a-
disadvantage because it's very startling.
I have a plan. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, damn.
10.
That's the worst I could roll short of a natural one.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you got advantage. Sorry.
If you're my destiny, I want to see.
You want to do Destiny?
I'll give me destiny to
Okay.
go for it. I want to see how this
Clever.
plays out.
Hey, it's 21. It did have advantage.
The arm reaching out towards you stops midair. The guard squints a little bit. All right, fair enough. Turns and goes back to signing their paperwork.
Oh,
You
I
were
thought
undetected.
I didn't think it was a guard. I thought it was the prisoner being
Sorry,
signed
the
out.
prisoner
Ah.
turns around and starts filling. He's filling out the little like details of like who he is for the release form.
Fair enough.
You
Can I
glance
just quick-
over. Yeah.
Can I quickly peek at that form, see who he is? You don't have to come up with a name now, just for future I know who this guy is.
What? Do you know who I am?
Just for future.
How do
Yeah,
you
first-
know? You're the
speaking-
invisible guy.
This is Dulan.
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 See you around, Dulan, and then
Wow,
He is
that
a
guy.
very large, muscular hobgoblin.
okay.
Very smooth and pointed ears. His iris has a hint of red around them, and you can see what looks to be not quite tribal, but some sort of ceremonial tattoos decorate across the right shoulder down towards the chest. As you peer at them a little bit, they look almost to be trophies of some kind. He looks to be definitely a military of some variety, or at least some
Okay.
form of warrior. There's scars etched across his body, old and healed over, except for his left arm, in which it looks entirely pristine from the elbow to the fingertips, not a mark on it.
I'll be something to look at when I'm not sneaking.
I was about to go. That's either a shield user or I was genuinely half expecting you to say, by the way, Chris, a just burn mark saying "Don't mess with this elf" written really badly somewhere.
Oh,
We're gonna be in tonight's dinner, almost certainly.
yes. While still invisible, say, oh, I think I heard that guard saying your tattoos were stupid.
Give me a deception check.
Oh no!
Invisible.
Come on, point.
Okay, there we go.
23.
Oh, no.
If this is a bad roll, I ain't helping you on this one.
He glances over his shoulder at the space you once were. He doesn't know where you're pointing.
That guy.
He looks
good
around
point.
the room.
Which one of you said my
Right.
tattoos were dumb?
Okay, my attempt to cause distraction is not working. I'm just going to keep trying to sneak in.
He shrugs his shoulders and heads back. He doesn't seem to have been offended in any way. There's no anger or anything that crossed across his face towards the tattoo. He seems to not take offense at this.
Okay. Not sensitive about this, it's noted.
If anything, there's a subtle grin at the side of his lips. But
Oh no. No, I didn't notice that.
Well, shit.
as you continue on, go ahead and give me a survival check as you attempt to penetrate deeper into the guard's large tower.
It's a damn shame that you didn't have time to
Oh.
for me to hand off my fox to you.
An hour passes as you explore what appears to be deliberately laid out and confusing crisscross of corridors that seem to keep leading you back to the main entrance every turn you take. It's not that you keep finding dead ends, it's that you keep somehow looping around back to where you started and fail to ever find the red door, at least not in the time frame of an hour.
I've just thought of something. The way to
Okay.
find fuck you. Look for the people. Like, go invisible again. Look for the people whose office are going, where the fuck did I put it? Just the thing
Okay.
the fuck you's definitely nicked. Just
Oh yeah,
How
he's
was the
nicked
visibility
things
one?
like pens, staplers, and all things like that.
things that'd be really handy and really annoying when you lose,
Yeah.
but not actually that valuable.
Yep, I can only invisible once, unfortunately.
Oh well, you're gonna.
Would you like to be outside the tower by the time the invisibility ends up? You are able to keep a good track of your time spent in the building.
No,
And
I'm going to be inside.
you're gonna be inside.
Away from view when it runs out, but inside.
Then we'll come back to you in after the next go round, as you've allotted half the time. But you will be in the tower when it expires, having looped around like 4 to 5 times now at this point, and getting maybe a little frustrated by the fact that you keep going around in circles somehow. But we'll come back to that in a second. Then let's drop in on old Fukyu, and there will be no longer confused, as finally you reclaim your senses from that magnificent push into the space between mirror dimensions.
Yeah, so lizard form would have dropped before the confusion ended as well. So I'm just looking through my spells just to see if there's anything else that he could potentially do. There's not really much, because like bards can't prepare new spells like on rest. Yeah. He's gonna like go up to the mirror wall and like try peer essentially through it. He's like getting his face up right against the mirror. Like essentially staring into his own eyes, trying to see through.
Ooh, okay. You do so. What do you see in your own eyes?
Anger.
Yeah.
Stares back at you. Do you reflect upon this anger in any way?
No, it just makes him angrier.
Are we giving fuck you therapy?
Not angry enough.
No. He's gonna like essentially just kind of give up and go sit on one of these seats. Then he's gonna try recall the dream from when he was in the Oni Palace and he was like essentially a fire giant rampaging around. And try remember the entity that spoke to him.
Oh.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
What
I
was
believe
it?
it's the entity you have named as Cat.
I named a cat. Yeah.
You do so. Give me a wisdom check as you attempt to meditate into a dreamlike state.
Wisdom check. Not bad. 18.
Pretty good.
Very good. You're able to clear your mind of the frustration, the anger. Maybe you use it to propel yourself. Maybe anger is how you lull yourself into a dreamlike state.
That makes sense.
Who knows with Fukyu? Who knows?
Just, he's meditating into a dreamlike state out of spite.
Yeah. You're like, we need to get you water powers. That's apparently spite, isn't it?
As you do so, you feel yourself relaxing, letting the energy flow back through you, out into your surroundings, and eventually you feel your eyelids getting heavier, your brain lulling into that sense of temporal reality, everything awake but not awake, until you hear the rustle of a wind once again. You can feel the presence of something more around you. as you open your eyes, you find yourself, maybe frustratingly, maybe not, still in the cell. But this time, reflected in the mirrors, is the expanse of nature that you previously dreamed about.
Mm-hmm.
You appear to be in a dream, but why your dream has put you in the cell, maybe it's a reflection of your subconscious frustration being part of the dream, but you find yourself semi-lucid, the air waving like a mirage around you, but you're able to move about in the dream. What would you like to do?
So he's gonna go to where the hole was again. Is it still a void through the hole, or is it the actual like nature?
It is still a void.
Still void through the hole. Okay. So I'm assuming when he goes up to like the mirrors, he's not being reflected back. He's just looking out into this nature. It's essentially a window. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Right. When he looks through, is it anywhere that he recognizes? Like, is it on the original alt sphere, or is it on the shattered alt sphere?
That I will leave up to you. What would Fukyu dream about? What was he seeking to dream about?
I mean, he was just trying to essentially. So he's heard like Zormir and others talking about these entities that they've met in dreams. He remembers the entity that spoke to him, wanted to speak to Alvina. He was just essentially trying to make contact with them to see if they could potentially get him out of this.
Hey, fire, hey, god of destruction, can you please nuke this area to get me out?
And yet, you recall the expanse of this barren wasteland dotted with rivers and patches of green, almost in a cylindrical manner, like you're looking out on segments of the primordial slotted next to each other, one strip of fire and brimstone and red, next to a strip of emerald green, vibrant with trees in the distance and a wind rustling through, a next small rectangular slice of ocean stretching out, and finally a meadows with patches of rocks and wind wisping through it. As you stare out, the nature comes and goes. You can see the boundaries between the slices melding into each other and coming out of it. The area morphing into a hybrid of the two as it comes and goes, ebbs and flows, as you're looking at this constantly shifting window into a new world.
I'm
as
kind
you
of imagining it look like the mirror from the first Doctor Strange movie that like changes location like every couple of seconds.
Maybe, but all of them are visible at once as like little segments around the mirror. Also fractaled and little spinny. Because I forgot you broke the mirror. Well, it's technically a dream. The mirror doesn't have to be broken in this one. Let's put the mirror as whole. It makes more sense. Oh, this isn't the real mirror. This is a dream figment mirror. What do you do to try and call the previous spirit to you?
He doesn't know that it's called Cat at the moment, because I don't think Alvina might have mentioned that.
She did.
Oh, did she? Fair
Yeah.
She
Remember,
I didn't know if fuck you meant.
unless stated otherwise, because it's deliberately secret, assume the players communicate with each other via between sessions, and that anything that is not deliberately being kept secret will come up in just casual conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, Alvina said when she came out of eating the fire, yeah, I met that weird god thing. I called it Cat. And she seemed to like it. And it was more or less her exact.
Makes it way easier on the brain. If you don't worry about meta, the only thing that matters is, are they keeping it a secret? Then you don't know it.
Yeah. Would Zormir have mentioned his one?
I think I told you about the witness at some point, yeah?
The witness. That was what it was
Yeah, I'm
called.
sure you did.
I think the only one that we might not know about is
Fate.
Reaper or whatever it was called.
Yeah,
That one I think.
Death or whoever fade. So
Yeah. Can't remember what Fade named them. James,
They are called the Reaper.
Around?
They are the Reaper. Wow, I was like, that name rings a bell. Is it that? Sweet.
Fair enough. Yeah, so he might not know about the Reaper, but he knows about the Witness.
You will know about the Reaper because there is no reason for Fade to keep that a secret.
Fair enough, okay.
Okay. I could not remember if they were keeping it.
So he's just going to essentially wander around this room going, Cat! Witness! Reaper! Anyone there?
At this point, honestly.
Anyone else there? Hello?
Is he going to bring another one to the table?
Maybe.
New one.
Is it? If this is a dream thing, can someone teach me fire magic?
We will check something because I actually need to double check what the parameters are for them and where their domains come and go. In the meantime, go ahead and give me. This is effectively trying to force your will in the world and summon them. So give me a charisma check because this is you trying to warp the dreamscape to your favor. While we're doing that, we're actually going to take our first, and only because we only have one of these, 5-minute break. Because I need to go refresh my water, and also I need to double check what the boundaries between the avatars are.
Cool. And let's put this on the being back soon.
This would be hilarious if you actually get another one.
Yeah.
If we get a new one. That'd be kind of great.
My thing's rolling really crap tonight.
Yeah, same as mine. I haven't rolled above a 4 today.
Burnt my destiny trying to help people get through things.
I think that wisdom check was the highest that I've rolled tonight so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I've also rolled like some hot trash.
We've not been rolling well today. It's like the world wants you dead, I'm afraid. But
Yep. You did this for yourself.
No.
This is what you get done.
It's not so much the world wants fuck you dead. It's the world wants to see if fuck you is truly immortal.
he's going to put that to the test.
Yeah.
Testing the immortality.
Yeah. God damn. You're stuck in a fucking mirror box with a freaking Babadook.
Reaper's probably watching you intently right now, so he might come.
Yeah.
Rubbing his hands together going, yes.
I'll get the little shit.
I'll get him a bit.
He's avoided me for so long, I'm coming for you.
The Reaper's got his list.
I really do hope that it's a new one, though. That you actually passed it and you get a brand new one that we've not met before. That's something really just, like, vicious. Like, we've got the destruction one. I wanted to get something really personalized to Spite.
The hoarder. You'll get the fucking klepto one.
Possibly.
No, I've the klepto one. I've got chaos. The chaos goes. Fuck you, also, Matt.
MacGyver some shit with all the paper clips and staplers you stole.
I mean, he probably would have like made like little. I'm gonna say that over the last couple of days he would have made like little models of like everyone in the crew.
Yeah, just talking to them.
Yeah, just talking to them.
Zormir giving you a stern talking, but you're going, fuck you.
Yeah, Zormir going blah 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 blah.
It's that scene out of Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Where Darth Helmet is playing with the dog.
I mean, I'm more imagining the scene in Castlevania on Netflix, where Alucard has made little models of Belmont and thingy, and he's just talking to them, going, "Oh God, I'm going crazy, aren't I?"
I'm half imagining the bit from Arcane. I won't say which bit, but if you've seen Arcane, you know the bit.
I've not seen it.
You need to watch Arcane.
I've watched Arcane.
Yeah, you know.
I'm trying to think. But it's been a while since I watched Arcane, though.
Basically, just think back to Arcane, and what would I be referencing in this particular scene for Arcane?
Most likely Jinx.
Yes. There's a bit.
Yeah. I'm not mentioning him.
She's really fucking sick. Kind of twisted. But yeah. I'm also imagining, like, each of us, so there's Gwen is just constantly fixing someone, and Alvina's... and your model of Alvina just turns up in random places, like you forget you've moved it.
Gwen's just under the table all the time, hiding.
Yeah, Gwen's under a chair.
Are they gone?
So,
The point's on top, just in like
Yeah.
is doing the Elvis pose.
yep.
Points just looks fabulous
Brent,
at all
Brent
times.
somehow escaped out of the hole.
And
On the other
Lou's
side
just,
of the door. You have no idea how.
and
It's
Lou's
just
just got a cult of paper clips now.
It's like a set of meeples. It's just a set of meeples just bowing down to like a freaking Action Man or something that was like some officer's child's toy. Oh, and in like a robe, in like just napkin robes or something like that.
We've just set this whole table for. Oh fuck! He's essentially playing BTT of his own in this little room.
Oh god, we're cursing.
Yeah.
Oh no. But yeah, you might genuinely die here. I don't think we're gonna get you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fully resolved for fuck you dying at this point. I've rolled up another character just in case.
Yeah. I was literally like, I'm gonna be honest. We're not rolling well enough to get you out of there.
No.
I have no spells prepared to actually go in. I fly at best, and
the only
they're
option,
just gonna go. Oi, get down from there.
The only option Alvina's got is actually what she was gonna do, but she's like, there's so much. I guarantee because of how she's been acting, a bunch. She's got particularly large number of the security guards watching her generally. So her only option is basically smash and grab while using the fox to try and find you. And then I'm probably pretty sure she'll get paralyzed by whatever's freaking brain demon is in there with you as soon as she reaches the door. So
Worst case scenario, I do have Ray's dead.
we need the body. We need the body.
Undead goblin.
We've got 10 days to get him.
Yeah, we're not gonna find him in
Has fucking got 10 days.
No, I don't think
No,
we just need the body for
as long as
10
he's
days.
dead, we just need 10 days. So that's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going to starve in how many days, and then
you've got half rations, and you've got what? It's been
5, so
4
10 days total. So like
we've got
you'd
20
have 6
days to find the body.
No, you'd only have like 6 days left.
No,
It's
6
just
days
a
left alive.
fortnight,
Then
we
another
can-
10 days.
No, that wouldn't work. So I've got locate objects, but you're in a mirror dimension.
in another dimension.
Yeah, I've got locate creature, but it doesn't work as well
Two
because. Yeah.
Dimensions.
Ooh,
Another dimension.
no.
Another.
Ooh, I might try that when Chris is back. Locate object on the door.
That
That's
would
a good
work.
idea.
Spells don't
That's a good idea.
cost your spells, do they?
No, it take 10 minutes.
Okay, I can help you get there then. Because I commune with city. Influences from other planes of existence. Would you say that a creepy mirror dimension would be that?
Yeah.
Maybe not, but the portal would be.
So,
The door.
The door would definitely ping on that, right?
so as long as we can work in conjunction of,
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
gets a message to the point, we can get somebody there potentially. I just need to be there for 10 minutes to cast it.
If you can tell him where the door is, Luke can get there. It's the only thing that really stopped Neil last week was the thing appeared inside the room rather than where the door was.
But they
Because
could
I
they've
see
got-
realized it would do that, but I had an idea, and
You could also
I
see
was
outside.
gonna
No, he
I
didn't
was
see the
gonna-
hallway.
put a disguise on and try and persuade the guard that I'm fuck you, lawyer. And I can see invisibility, so I can cast that. So I can see the point.
I'm already not invisible. My invisibility's already run out.
Right. Dropped it.
Yeah. I mean, if you knew where the door was, you could easily dimension door there and then just open the damn door.
But
But
that's the
problem.
problem. I don't.
The annoying
we-
part, Alvina has a way to find the door because we've already proved it works, but she can't get in the building.
Tell Lou where the door is and then we can get him out.
Yeah, she can find the door, but she can't get in. Because she can have the fox can find it. Because it had fuck you scent.
Hmm.
So we know we can get there with the fox, but the fox ain't gonna do anything for anyone else.
I mean, it's also been like 3 days in a busy office. That scent's
We
probably
found-
gone.
Mm.
we found it like last time because
Yeah,
we rolled
that's
really
on the
well.
outside. On the
Which
inside.
is busier.
Yeah.
Though it's gonna be busier because you're in an abandoned corridor. We had less chance outside. I rolled really well. So
We just need to find that goddamn corridor with someone. If we can find out where the door is, we can get there.
If I can have it described to me,
we've described it.
yeah, well, I should be able to dimension door.
You don't know distance is the problem.
Mm-hmm. You could go 500 meters
I can
towards
get
it.
1,000 feet.
No, it's dimension door's still only 500.
Even the spell sniper?
Even with spell sniper, your spell sniper affects your attack spells.
Oh.
All right, I got some fresh water.
I have.
Actually, it also affects your like counter spell as well, though. So
Yeah, I think it affects basically any combat spell. I suppose. Yeah, any spell that requires you to make an attack roll.
You just have to make your dimension door not attack roll.
Aggressive dimension door.
Aggressive dimensioning.
Try to telefrag someone. See what happens.
You're back.
That
Gwen.
didn't take you long.
Is Gwen back?
Yep. I'm back.
Cool. Switching back over.
The cursed image has been enhanced.
Yep.
Nice. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, goodness. Okay, where was I? What was I doing?
Seeing if he meets the criteria with 15.
The Avatar.
Forcing
Start
will.
there.
See if a god will show up with this
Yeah.
one and which one it is.
Might as well give you yes or no on that one and do the little bit, and then I'll switch over to the rest. We can come back to you. Gives you some time. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't want to scene this. Fukio, as you're pushing your mind into effectively the mirror and your consciousness out into the world, you begin thinking
Literally
about
shouting at them.
literally shouting at them, trying to summon forth some form of entity, calling upon the image and the idea of the three that you have already come across, and then just as nothing happens, more profoundly, not profoundly, profanity-ish. What's the verb of profanity? As you start swearing at the world.
Oh yeah, he would literally go, "Oh fuck you then."
Profane, I think. Is what
Your
you're after,
mind
but not technically.
racing with 1,000 new swear words.
Literally casting vicious mockery through the mirror.
In reality.
In every language, you know.
It takes you a second because you don't quite realize that anything in the environment you're looking at has changed until you do. It starts as a shiver down your body, a strange, primordial and primitive warning in the back of your mind, alerting you of something stalking you, something dangerous. As you look out into the mirror, you spot it. You cross over it a couple times before your eyes finally settle on it. You're not quite sure what it is. It's almost the physical silhouette of a either medium-sized creature, but no, it's too small for that. It almost looks like the silhouette of a child watching you about 60 to 80 feet back, standing by a tree, staring at you, or at least you think you're staring at you. It's entirely black. There is no shape to it. You're looking at almost just a black cutout of a child, like you're looking at a shadow. It watches you.
Points it to it and goes, "Oi, and fuck you too!"
The silhouette tilts its head, staring at you with a vague sense of curiosity. It doesn't do anything else. It just watches.
Oh god. Oh.
Yeah. Fuck you is essentially just swearing at a god.
Because, you know, what people do.
Yeah.
It was just fine. That's what Gwent does.
I don't just swear at them, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah,
Salt
that
them as well.
Yeah. So fuck you would be screaming profanities at this like figure, like essentially trying to goad them to come closer.
Come on,
As the
come on,
idea
kill me.
of the creature coming towards you crosses your mind, the creature begins taking not a step forward, that's an inaccurate way to describe it, but a blink forward.
I was going to say, does it just like essentially appear in front of fuck you?
Not quite. It blinks 5 foot in a slightly staggered diagonal to its left, and then after a few seconds have passed, blinks
Oh, it's a
again
bishop
another
then.
5 foot to the right this time. And slowly, as the idea of it coming closer towards you appears in your mind, it does so. It continues moving forward. At any point, do you wish it to go away?
No, he's just pissed the fuck off. He's looking for a fight at this point.
As the thoughts continue, the creature continues moving towards you until it stops directly on the other side of the mirror, staring at you. And now that it's so close, you can confirm that there is no shape to this figure. There is just a black outline and a black void of a small child, or at least a or what would be a humanoid or human-shaped child. This maybe half a foot or a foot smaller than you, but it's definitely proportioned as a human child.
He's just going to be like, "What are you fucking looking at, you little fucking midget?"
So they're bigger than you, which is great.
It doesn't matter.
Nah, it's about a
I
foot
said
and
a
a half smaller.
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller. It's still a child, and
Yeah.
Fukio is still a full-grown goblin.
Yeah, he's a full 3 foot.
Yeah.
The silhouetted child tilts his head in the other direction, staring at you still.
He's just going to be like, "The fuck are you looking at? What do you want?"
The silhouette shimmers until it's replaced by a very crudely crayon drawing of Fukyu.
Oh no, it's that thing from SpongeBob.
It stares at you, not speaking, but just looking like a very badly drawn crayon version of yourself.
Fuck you's going to just look at it and go, "What the fuck is that supposed to be, that ugly looking thing?"
The figure seems to look down at itself and look back up at you. It slowly raises a hand and points at you.
Fuck you looks behind him and go, "The fuck are you pointing at?"
It continues to point at you.
"Who the fuck are you?"
It goes to speak. You can see the crayon mouth opening, then closing, opening again, then closing. It doesn't seem to know what to say. It shrugs.
"Well, fuck off then."
It turns and you see your crayon back begin to blink away.
Wow.
Do you do anything?
Can you let me out first?
Yeah, fuck you is just gonna say, like, he knows that he's been trying to like find Cat or Reaper or Witness. He's gonna shout, "Go find a grown up and like Reaper, Witness, fucking Cat! I'm trying to get out of this fucking place."
This thing comes back with an actual cat.
Yeah.
The creature pauses, looks over its shoulder. You notice now that the way it bends towards you, it's as if the figure is 2D. There's no depth to it. It twists like paper towards you.
"Wait, you know them?"
It slowly pivots around and nods its head as it starts to bow towards you. Again, there's no depth. It's as if it's paper.
"Who are you then?"
It shrugs.
You know we have to name them. You have to name it.
I forgot. I will call you. Can you do any other like things? Is it just me that you can make yourself look like?
It tilts its head at you. What are you thinking just now?
He'll picture
You're
in his
hungry.
head. Yeah, food.
Obviously, you've been that proper meal for days.
The figure shimmers. What kind of food are you thinking of?
Probably just like
Ramen.
meat. Yeah, meat at this point.
It'll be the ribs that we had.
Yeah, probably the honeyed ribs or whatever it was.
Yeah, honey ribs.
It shimmers and suddenly the figure is gone. Only when you look down, there's a very crudely drawn paper ribs on the ground.
Like fuck you, like essentially goes to run towards
It's
them.
fuck you's last meal.
Yeah, and like smacked his head on the
Bam!
on the window. Essentially.
Dimension.
Yeah, dimensional window.
It's sore, but the crayon plate of ribs sits there doing nothing.
It doesn't even like laugh or anything, no. Or like jiggle about as if it's laughing.
Do you laugh?
Fuck, he's not laughing. No, he's hungry and angry.
Then the creature does not.
It turns into a shark.
Well, the vicious mocker is clearly not a rib tickler.
So Fucky's gonna be like, you can be what I think of then.
What do you think of?
He's gonna think of probably Alvina.
Suddenly, the figure shimmers, and before you stands a crayon drawing of Alvina.
Not far off from Albina then.
With no tits.
Yeah, less bust. That's basically what I mean.
Because fuck you, he doesn't see like normal like secondary sex characteristics. He just sees like Alvina. She's probably more muscly than usual as well.
And just like jacked. Like anyone seen, you know that episode of Avatar, where it's like they go to the theater and there's Toph who's played by like some 6'8" dude with muscles like.
My name's Toph because it sounds like tough.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining here essentially.
My name's Alvina, because it sounds like I'll fuck you up, mate.
It
Alvina,
sounds like
time
I'm
to
not very good
steroids.
at. I'm not good at. Like I'm not good at words.
Yeah. So fuck you's just thinking. Is gonna say. So you kind of morph into like whatever I'm thinking. Yeah, he's gonna think of the red door.
It shifts into a crayon drawing of the red door.
He's then gonna be like, can you come this side of the wall mirror thing?
It shifts back into a crayon version of yourself. And now for the first time you see an expression on its face, an expression of fear, of worry, of confusion. It shakes its head, its 2D figure rustling as it does so.
Okay.
It seems to be afraid of something.
Is it the weird mirror
Yeah,
thing?
they're
Does
afraid of
it,
getting trapped in that room.
yeah. Was it the weird
baby.
mirror thing that looked like me? That you're scared of?
Now, as we all know, whenever anybody is attempting to form a sentence or attempting to convey something, they inevitably think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you ask this, the creature's eye, just before you do, begins to go wide as it begins to raise up its hands in protest as the words leave your mind, as your brain can't help but contemplate the idea that you are mentioning. It suddenly shifts and forms into this horrid, grinning, twisted neck version of Fuck You. As it lets out a destabilizing and unbalancing cackle. And suddenly, Fuck You, you are thrust back into reality. The mirrors around you shaking. As
Fucked up.
you can see the other room again. You're no longer, your mind coming back to you. You can feel the drowsy, ethereal nature of the dreamscape leaving you as you begin to sober back up to reality. And reflected in a dozen of the shards, reflected in one of them, staring back at you, is the figure.
Either
No
let
longer
it out or
mimicking
gave
you
it
as
more
it
power.
as it stops cackling. It begins to look towards the hole in the mirror. It looks back at you with a grin. It begins to move towards the hole.
Fuck you, like seeing it, like looking at the hole, thinking, fuck. He's gonna like grab the bit of mirror that he'd pulled off before, run towards it, and like try to slot it back into the wall.
Roll me initiative to see if you beat it.
Come on, fuck you.
I mean, fuck, he's got decent initiative.
Yeah, but we're all like shit today, so let's
Yeah.
see.
17,
It's
not bad.
not awful.
Find out.
Yay!
Oh, you managed to beat it. As you reach the area it's looking at, you manage to slot the missing mirror back into the void. But you can feel a pressure behind it, a rumbling. The mirror is shaking in your hand. And you can hear the destabilizing cackle again. Give me a wisdom saving throw as it begins to unbalance you.
I'm gonna destiny that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Better.
You manage to hold on to your senses and keep the mirror in place as it shakes until eventually a minute passes and it stops. The world returns to calmness. You are alone again. You have time to contemplate. Maybe you'd like to go back into the dreamscape. Maybe you would like to attempt to go through the hole yourself again. Who knows? We'll come back to you as we go and check in on the rest of the players. As we return, and the rest of the players, you have, with the exception of the point, and you've pretty much completed and gained your garments of various respectiveness. Gwent, if you return, the shopkeeper might be able to quickly fit you in once they're finished with Alvina's design. It will cost you 20 gold, however.
Very rushed
No,
last minute.
once turned away, we'll never go back.
We'll never go back.
I'll make
Sad
you something,
horse,
Gwen.
man.
I'll make
Yes,
you
sir.
something, Gwen.
We'll return then to the rest of you once we find out if the point gets captured. So the point, let's start with you. Your invisibility has run out. You've wandered a little bit more through the corridors, being extra careful this time, but you are still struggling to find your way around it. What would you like to do?
Start with, I'd like to find essentially a broom closet somewhere people aren't going to look for now, and then cast locate objects on the red door.
Okay. Were there any requirements for locate object in terms of checks or anything? Just an object you're familiar with. Okay. How familiar is old wooden door? Let's see.
A wooden door as described by Alvina, as described by fuck you.
Yeah. And as described by
Fairly distinct.
No, yeah, and
Luckily for you, there aren't like 20 identical old red doors. Yeah, that should work. All right. The spell glitches on or off depending on as you explore around, purely by the sheer thickness of walls around you. But exploring around, the spell doesn't stop working. Just double checking the spell. It was actually only lead. Oh, it doesn't have the restrictions of stone. Okay, fair enough. I don't believe there's any lead. Cool. Never mind. Ignore the flavor of that. It doesn't glitch in and out. It just works. It's gonna have you potter around, potentially bumping into someone, but it's actually only lead. I assumed it would have all the restrictions off all the other divination spells, but no. Cool.
I guess if you're looking for something specifically like made of lead in a place, I guess.
You get a direction for the door. It appears to be a good. How big is the tower? Between 100 and 200 feet away from you, just out of the sheer size of this tower. It's quite a large administrative building. But you were able to get a rough direction. Now, this is where we get into, does it give you direction or does it give you displacement?
It gives you direction.
But does it tell you around corners?
It doesn't give you directions. I know it's like 200 feet that way.
Yeah, as the crow flies.
So technically it gives you displacement.
Okay.
For those physics nerds out there, displacement is the direct route from A to B. Distance is if you're charting a route. But Wizard of course didn't really consider this and just used the proverbial word distance when coming up with the spells. Okay, so it does take you a little bit of time to make it there, and I am going to need a survival check, but this time with advantage because of the spell, as you end up kind of hitting against walls. You know it's like on the other side off the wall, like a little bit more distance, but you're having to just kind of find your way through the maze while going towards the center. The spell significantly aids you. Whoa, significantly aids you.
Yep. There we go.
In that you know which kind of rough direction to go on, but you have had to double back and backtrace a couple times whenever you do find a dead end and go around to get another way, as you would with a maze. But with the help of the spell, you manage to finally make your way to this long corridor, this unused, slightly dusty. You can see the lack of wear. It's ancient in its own way. There's stories these walls could tell. As you see the ominous red door, its paling paint flicking off it, standing there. It's almost intriguing and worrisome in just the stark contrast between its vibrant paling red and the dark blue-grey stones around you. What would you like to do?
That looks like the sort of door fuck you would go through.
Yep.
I would like to open it, but just stand in the doorway.
Yeah, keep it open.
As you enter it, as you creak open, you see a warm light emanating from inside, and as you open it fully, you see the light isn't coming from the room, it's coming from the large hemispherical mirror that is decorating the room, as through the mirror you can see Fukyu.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and throw a little bit of a point on here. Oh, you're so tiny. Let's size you up. There we go.
That's a rarity from usual. Usually point's gigantic.
Fukyu, as you're contemplating what to do next, the mirror reflects a change in your scenery, a creaking of a red door as it opens in the mirror, and you see, can your eyes behold, it's taking them bloody ages to get here. It's the point. The party must have finally found you. The point. You see Fukyu. You see... Well, Fukyu, what is your expression as the point opens the door and you can see the reflection? I will never know what Fukyu's opinion is.
Fukyu's died.
Fukyu has died.
Yeah.
The point. What is your expression and feelings as you see Fukyu?
In the reflection of a mirror, just to go, oh, bloody hell. And just... Okay.
That we need Fukyu here. Let's switch over to Zormir and Co. And we'll come back to the point and stuff. The point's not in danger, which is what matters. Assuming the point doesn't go into
Oh,
danger.
you're like, I am concerned.
Unless he goes into the room.
Yeah, I didn't realize my mic is muted there. I was actually talking.
Well, we'll come back to you anyway, because need to keep the camera moving. Zormir, you and Gwent, I believe, went to the miscellaneous emporium.
That was it.
And to the goblin shop.
The goblin shop. You arrive at the goblin shop. You open the door to the goblin shop. There's one or two people in the goblin shop perusing the wares. You see once more the familiar shape of the goblin owner picking through a pile, occasionally waddling to the till to ring something up whenever one of the patrons finds something. A word is never spoken. What would you like to do?
Okay, so ask one of the people leaving. Do they talk?
Let's see what the rough demeanor is.
Abject hatred.
But I'm still not to speak to strangers.
It's a child. Mom said I'm not
Stranger
allowed to talk to
danger.
strangers.
As the strangely robed furbog stares down at you, a massive grin crosses their face, a very friendly, maybe overly friendly grin, as they, with some force, slap you on the shoulder. This must be your first time here.
Well, technically second.
Oh, yes. You must not be from the docks. Are you an inner city person, or have you come from afar?
I came from further away. Definitely
Oh,
far away.
Far from afar, so you're traveling as a native to Bastion. Well, welcome to our fine city. I'm a local, if I do say so myself. What brings you here to Bastion?
I know this guy in real life.
Helping?
Ah, here I go, rattling on again. You must forgive me. I love meeting new people, learning their stories. You must come round for tea sometime.
We brung a big airship now.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you could tell me many stories of your adventure. Yes. Do you like plants?
No, but
Love plants. I love plants.
I believe one of my elven friends out there. You might see her somewhere. You might want to
elven friend. Oh, yes, I love elves.
Just look for the scariest looking elf you've ever seen. A little red and glow.
They're a delight.
Turns out we've actually met already and a really good friend. By the way, this is the vibe I'm getting from this guy. I don't know if anyone else recognizes that reference.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting.
Not quite.
Shame the Reaper doesn't have that personality.
Yeah, that'd have been great.
Okay, so that still doesn't answer my question. Do they not speak?
My name's Wheat Flour. What's yours?
Zolmia. Dr. Zolmia.
Oh, Zormir, put it here. He reaches out a hand and grasps yours and begins furiously shaking it.
Okay, this is an overcompensating. I start psychoanalyzing them. Unfortunately, I'm like,
No.
Gwen's just going to be moving steadily away from Zormir. Like, I'm not being pulled into this. This seems.
Give me a charisma stealth check.
charisma stealth.
Oh.
Charismatically stealthing away.
Oh God, what could that be?
Nonchalantly stepping away.
It would be whatever your expertise in stealth is. 'Cause I'm pretty sure you got expertise. Added to
Yes,
the charisma check.
Oh God, so it's +9.
Ooh, okay. I actually don't think that passes. Interesting.
Wow.
We have a high passive. As you attempt to casually move around the encounter that is taking place in a little way into the doorway, your movement, unfortunately, is not inconspicuous enough as immediately you feel a spotlight on you, as in a big booming voice, Wheatflower goes, "Oh, and who's your friend here? Oh, you must be, what are you?" Because Chris has forgotten the name of your race again.
Centaur.
Centaur.
You're a centaur! I've not seen many of you. I thought centaur. I was like, no, centaur is something else. Oh, as he goes over and begins also just Do centaurs have
Yes.
hands? Yeah.
Yeah.
Upper torso human, bottom half horse. That's
Remember the
You have
suit.
so many
Remember the
traumatized.
suit.
You've,
Was that an image?
you've repressed the memory of centaurs in their entirely.
In my defense, I saw that picture in the Discord, and that's it. My brain wiped all of it.
Yeah,
Couldn't take any challenge
repression.
risk.
That's repression right there. Oh no.
Centaurs have hands.
Big disagreement about that.
He attempts to grasp your hand and shake it fervently. What's your name, good fella?
You
fellow.
can call me the professor.
You'll study, professor. What are you a professor in? Are you a herbologist? Do you like nature?
Distances, usually.
Distances. Oh, what a fabulous study! What a fabulous. What drew you to that profession? Why did you decide to study distances?
It's always far away.
Oh, where are my manners? Where am I? Zormi, I did not mean to abandon you. No, come, please. Are you two friends?
Never met him.
He was walking in as I was walking in.
No, they're just an acquaintance that I met on the way to the shop.
Acquaintances, do you travel together? Do you travel on his ship?
No, they're just another customer here. You should just let them go. I'll have a conversation with you.
Oh, nonsense. I can have a conversation with the both of you.
God, what am I going to do here? This is one of inner monologue is gone on here. On like, how do
you
I
both find yourself trapped in this conversation. How would you like to escape this deadly encounter?
Teleport.
God, I was honestly looking if I have anything that just teleports me away.
Oh, did you have Misty Step on you at the moment?
I'm trying to figure out.
Like, oh, I know what I'm
What
gonna
spells have you got
do.
in your
Like,
ring?
Let's
this
go.
is quite a big shop, yeah?
Yeah, it's filled with piles upon piles of stuff, but the actual shop is
perfect.
large. It just looks very small. It's
Oh,
so
no.
cramped.
That's fine. So I'm gonna meet Dr. Zormir's eye. I'm gonna touch my mace. I'm just gonna steadily back up and spider climb up the wall away.
Wheatflower watches you go with a grin. Oh, that's fabulous. That's fabulous. Did you know your friend could climb on walls? Yes. Oh, that's quite. Oh, he begins clapping. Oh, that's quite spectacular.
This is where he casts Fly.
He is currently distracted between glancing back at Zormir and glancing over at Gwent, who's just spider crawling around the shop.
I want to insight him and see if with any of my knowledge of how these chatterbox patients that I got every now and then that just talked and talked, how I managed to actually talk them round to actually letting me analyze, talk and tell them what's wrong with them. See if I can remember any of my tricks. What would I?
Yes, you remember the tricks of the trade of being a therapist. The main trick is to listen.
Yeah.
And oh boy, did you succeed!
And there's always a point of when you're like a prison therapist. The idea is not usually to let them let you go. It's not usually the aim.
Generally, you succeeded by the fact that the hardest patients are those who don't talk. The ones who do talk, well, they're a delight because you can actually learn a lot if they keep talking. So your secret was to listen to them upon hours of your time together. You never needed to intercept. Maybe occasionally you'd get the odd, very short question here just to steer the conversation, but you never stopped them talking. No, that'd be ludicrous. You're a therapist. Your job is to listen.
I'm sorry. Don't let them wandering about distract you.
Distract me! No nonsense. This is fascinating. I'm loving this.
Conversation about this town in general. Could you tell me a bit more about this?
Oh, you want to know about the town? Oh, I could tell you so much about Shadow Cove. Oh, yes, I moved out here about, maybe 8-10 years. Oh, where are my manners again? No. We're blocking the entrance. Would you like to come round for tea? I'd be happy to tell you more.
Unfortunately, I have a prior engagement with
Oh
someone.
no! Oh, that's such a shame. Oh, what's the engagement?
It's who are we speaking again with?
I was about to say, give me a minute.
The
This is
This is the mayor.
Grensilly.
Grancilli. We're speaking with Mrs. Grancilli.
Grancilli, I think she's done a great job running the union. You know, she's been in charge for about 30 years now. Oh, she was in charge long before I came here. Oh, she's done a fantastic job. Docks are always super efficient. I always make sure I get my supplies in from the mainland to, you know, sell out to any of the tourists.
Well, maybe whilst we're still here, I may pop
Absolutely,
round.
let's consider it a
If
dinner
we-
date. Why don't you come round tomorrow? Are you free tomorrow?
Yes, I can make my time free to come discuss more things about this place.
Well, I'm normally in my shop all day, so if you come by the herbalist shop, I'll be more than happy to. The voice is already going for this one. In short succession, the conversation goes on for quite a while, and the herbalist invites you around any time. Just drop by, and they'll brew you up a very lovely cup of tea, and we'll chat your ear off.
I will.
I went to the tailor's, not a list to get my leaf dress done.
I will do my best. Be polite and convince them that I have prior engagements here and need
We
to
do.
continue.
As you do so, you finally the conversation comes to an end. Only 40 minutes after it begun.
You got 20 minutes before we're needed.
20 minutes of those of just being closing the conversation. And yet, every time you said goodbye, the conversation seemed to go on for another 10 minutes. You're not quite sure how it happened. But eventually,
In her note, find better ways to end a conversation with this person.
the conversation does end. Gwen, what are you doing all this time as Zormir is trapped in a conversation for 40 minutes?
He spider climbed out the building.
Oh,
And away.
no, they blocked the goddamn door, so I'm just going to be searching through the piles to see if there's anything interesting now.
Ooh, give me an investigation check. What would Gwent consider interesting?
Longinus.
Spear of Longinus is here.
Oh, it's the god-killing spear. I can imagine Gwent being really interested in that.
Some kind of armor, things for protection. Or failing that, weird old medical instruments.
Okay, let's have a look. Alrighty. Zormir, roll me 3d20s. Oh wait, no, sorry. Roll me 100s.
3D100s.
Yeah. I'm not doing this myself. Okay. Oh yes, that's the perfect medical instrument that is. So in this order, Gwen, what catches your eyes, and you can tell me why these catch your eyes. You find a pair of old socks.
Seems fair.
Are they very long? Would they fit my legs?
They're stuck.
Yes, they do.
Perfect.
A
Gwen is a cold boy.
small packet filled with pink dust.
There.
And finally, a glass orb filled with water in which swims a clockwork goldfish.
Finally, a sensible pet.
Yeah.
One that isn't going to blow up, eat
Eat anyone.
somebody, shit in the kitchen. Finally, a sensible pet.
Be a spy.
Yeah, like is actively working against us. Something.
Only those 3 items pique your interest. Nothing else really draws you in.
I mean,
I am
you're stunning, eh?
Happy with those.
Would you like to buy them?
Yes.
As you go up to the till and look around for the small goblin who is running the place, you look over at the pile you saw them at a second ago, and they're not there anymore. You glance back, and then suddenly the goblin's in front of you behind the till. She stares at you. She raises her eyebrows.
I stare back and raise my eyebrows.
She looks down at the 3 items that you have procured. She looks up at you and wiggles her eyebrows.
I raise just one eyebrow.
She slowly tilts her head, then nods. Her nod slowly becoming more confident. She smiles and reaches out a hand towards you.
I put 5 gold in and do the like in the hand shake thing.
She stares at the gold and gives you the gold back.
Then I put the stuff in my pocket.
She waves you away with a smile.
Double thumbs up. Like,
okay,
Thank you.
stupid.
Come again.
Yeah. Walks out the door.
You do so. You are now the proud owner of a pair of old socks, a small packet filled with pink dust, and a glass orb filled with water in which swims a clockwork goldfish.
I will be pulling the socks on when Zormir comes out of the shop.
I have
And
to
you can
wait for
give
an
the
hour,
pink
you
dust
might just leave.
Alvina to complete her outfit.
Zormir, 40 minutes have passed, but finally you are free. You saw Gwent leave a while ago, but the shop is now yours. What would you like to do with your 20 remaining minutes? For you have to hurry away to dinner.
Okay. Right, but go over the goblin and say, okay, I was here earlier. I was going to give you this in trade for the thing that I spotted earlier. Do you still have it?
She tilts her head at you. She shrugs.
Oh,
She looks
Can I-
around the shop. She looks back at you.
Can I I'm guessing a perception check to see if the thing's still here that I saw earlier?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Ooh.
Beautiful. Remind me what you saw earlier.
Fuck knows.
Uh,
I don't remember what it was.
It was-
Yeah, some kind of gem, was it not?
no, it wasn't a gem. It was a piece of something like
Was it a bag of pink powder?
no, it was like a broken part of
It was some bit of technology that was
Yeah.
broken. I can't remember if it was what it was, but I remember.
Apparently, it wasn't important enough for me to write down. So
Yeah.
it had a traces of sort of arcane on it, but it
It was
was
some arcane junk.
oh well, luck favors you. Let's have a look. Let's see what it could be. It's quite high luck. Make it something useful, something important.
Define important.
Something that Zormir. Zormir, what is your main interest as currently? What's your main objective
I was
or your
trying
current objective?
I was trying to find something to help me finally get that little bit of inspiration to
Fix my
gauntlet to be able to control what energy it dispersed instead of this randomness,
random roll.
because combining it with the thunder punch is going to take a bit more than just controlling what energy is dispersed. That's more of a I figured that one's going to be a bit more of a difficult ask and a more difficult check.
Interesting. Okay. And then if I
Sorry, this item doesn't make that happen.
One will be good here. You, as you glance around the room, finally catch the sparkles of a small gem-encrusted statue. An idol only, half an arm's length. But it's an idol that you remember. It's incredibly old. Incredibly old. It was once upon a time well maintained. It seems to be made of some form of marble that seems to have been enhanced and enriched by traces of silver throughout it. But it's a very the marble has faded away, and if you were to guess, it was made thousands of years ago. It's got the wear of town. It's been scuffed around. The fact that it's still so, while chipped and old, still such pristine condition, really speaks to the craftsmanship that went into this item that has stood the test of time, now only to collect dust and more battering in this item emporium that you have found yourself in and that it has found its home in. But the image is incredibly familiar to you. One that you never... How religious is Zormir?
I wouldn't say he's majorly religious, but he'll have obviously heard a few religious rants from some of the clients and things like that, and had to study a little bit just to make sure that he wasn't losing any of the clientele through not listening to what they say and not at least trying to understand it.
And would Zormir turn to religion if he was having a blockage, or would he ever seek the guidance of the Church of Knowledge, for example, if he was looking for maybe that moment of inspiration, a little bit of divine inspiration?
He's a science man.
Yeah, and even scientists are aware that gods are real. That's not disputable. They are just more like sports teams or ideologies than beliefs.
Sometimes, because he knows that he can't be stumped with him at his work on his artificery, and he'll know there are some sort of gods probably towards that or something. Creation.
Zomir goes, God damn it, Alvina, enough that he's religious.
And even most wizards or craftsmen or artificers will turn to the Eris Pantheon, the pantheon of knowledge, for guidance or protection and experimentation, or for to get an inspiration if they're hitting a blockade. So it's not uncommon. Religion is very much a common part of the Alterra life. It's kind of hard not to be when in the main sphere in the old world, the gods did rule dominantly overall. So you recognize the very old habit, and I assume Zormir maybe was a little bit more prideful, maybe didn't want to rely on religion, but wasn't opposed to when he really struggled, would take up the odd, okay, gods, like if you have any idea of what I could do better, or maybe if you can just give me a hint, I can get back to work. In your deepest frustration.
Yeah.
So you recognize the marble statue of the goddess you know as Ivica. Ivica is one of the Eris pantheon. She is the god of invention and inspiration and genius.
I heard him in the other campaign.
Possible.
The name rings a bell, which is why I'm saying I think we met her.
They are a common patron or religious deity for anyone who is focused on knowledge or invention. They are depicted as a feminine or a feminine presenting warforged, with a more sleek and android-like appearance, with multiple mechanical arms, almost spider-like, coming from their body, each limb with a different instrument or different scientific device. Only in this form, a couple of her marble limbs have been kind of broken away over time or worn down, and even the details of the face have been kind of worn from just time. But the essence is still there, and in the center of her forehead is a small diamond crystal that seems to have been chipped and cracked and worn away. It seems to almost also have a slight crust of dust and almost a glitter-like substance over it. But you see what's truly beneath that. What to others might just appear as an ordinary crystal, you, in your knowledge, gleam the true essence of what that crystal is. Presumably. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
16's not awful.
Nice. 16.
Not the highest.
It's not awful though.
Yeah.
As you kind of clear away a little bit of the crystal's crust, or whatever this glittery substance is that managed to have gotten stuck to it and is kind of obscuring its true origin or its true nature, you see that your suspicions are confirmed. In the center of the head is what appears on the outside to be Fool's Arcanite. You recognize this as a decoy, a fake. It is true the Fool's Arcanite that's around it, but as you gleam deeper in, you notice the small glimmer of true Arcanite behind the hidden false Fool's Arcanite. Clearly there to disguise the true value of the statue from those who are not of the most experienced arcanists. One of the rarest and smallest samples you've seen, as this material is incredibly rare. But this statue in its heyday would have been vastly sought over, and in the main sphere, this item would be considered of incredible value. Maybe there's not enough for it to be useful. Maybe you wouldn't be able to use it as an arcane focus because it's too small, but the small bead that exists behind the Fool's Arcanite would be of great reverence and almost a conduit to truly, or believed to be a conduit to get the best inspiration. You see a small bead of platinum arcanite.
Damn.
The rarest and most sought after of all the arcanites. The arcanite of law. The arcanite that stands above all other arcanite. The ability to rewrite the laws of reality. If you had sufficient quantity, and a very precious and very sought after and useful component to any device seeking to bend reality. You remember seeing hints of it in the planar bomb that sent you here.
Definitely need this.
But it was also sought after and believed to be the best offering to which to show Ivica that you were truly dedicated to understanding magic and to invite inspiration into the arcane.
Sweet.
I go, Vika, you might be gone in this reality, but you're certainly still giving.
You'd actually know if I
An
did,
inspiration.
to be honest.
Really are still an inspiration.
But you pick up the item. What would you like to do? Would you like to purchase it?
Yeah, I go over and I hand him the revolver and say, "If Fred."
The goblin looks down at the revolver, turns it over and examines it, looks up at you, raises one eyebrow, looks at the item you're holding, and considers you for a second. You can see she's mulling over the trade. She lowers her eyebrow and holds up one finger. Not in any demanding way, but kind of starting to look away as if to hold you there, to pause for a second.
1 second, that kind of thing.
As she disappears beneath the wooden countertop that makes her little storefront with the little till on the side. She ducks under it and vanishes for a second that runs into 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Do you wait?
Oh wait, I kind of appreciate this sort of seller as something kind of. She doesn't seem. I'm trying to think. She doesn't seem like she's trying to cheat me or anything right now. She just seems.
She actually vaguely knows what she's got here, I think, is the main point of it.
She vaguely.
She knows what she's doing.
And if I was to just walk off with the thing, I think I would incur the wrath of the guards as well. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll see what's going on here, because I'm vaguely curious as well, because I wouldn't have seen it as a deal's not good enough or something. That just there's something being altered in the deal.
Yeah. 1 second, would you be okay adding something, or would you take this as well, kind of thing?
Yeah.
A minute goes past before she finally returns, popping her head back up over the counter. You're not quite sure if she was under the counter or if maybe she'd vanished somewhere else. It maybe piques your interest. Maybe there's a secret hatch on the counter. Who knows? But she returns in quite a silent manner. You didn't hear any shuffling or anything moving about. You didn't hear any doors open or any hatches. She just disappeared and then suddenly returned. And she holds up to you, glinting in the soft lamplight above you, a platinum coin. A proper platinum coin. It's not arcane in any way. It's made of metal. And it's slightly worn and battered with age. There's spots where the glint isn't quite truly there. There's a segment of it where it's almost been rubbed for luck, where it's incredibly shiny and silvery, and that's where the most of the glint is coming from. The rest is kind of obscured a little bit with dust and grime. But she hands it over to you. Or she hands it over to you.
Thank you.
She nods, takes the revolver, and ducks back under the counter. Not to return. Presumably your trade complete.
Okay, goodbye. And start walking out and go. It's certainly interesting.
You do so. You now have a platinum piece. Not in the same shape as any of your other platinum coins. This one appears to be more almost like a ceremonial disc. As you give it a quick glance or study it, your choice, either way you catch the immediate features of the coin is engraved with a symbol. The symbol of a winged sword. You may do with the coin as you please.
I will keep a hold of the coin.
No, Alvina.
No, you don't get the winged sword coin.
Why not?
Because I don't know what it is yet. I want to find out.
You never know what anything is yet, and Alvina gets it usually.
I'm gonna show it to Gwent or someone sort of more local who might actually know what this coin represents at some point. Whenever I'm
Probably the point.
well, White's not gonna know what's.
Gwent's a cleric. Gwent might know.
I was about to say, isn't Gwen the cleric that hates gods and doesn't have religion, though?
Yeah. Famously bad at religion. Yes.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Fair, that's fair. But that is Zormir. You've made your trade. You now have your inspiring idol of Ivica, a very ancient artifact in this world.
And a very expensive cup holder.
You now have a platinum coin with a symbol of a winged sword. And you apparently can have an open invitation to visit the herbalist whenever you'd like.
I don't see any problem with it, because
I
if
can
he...
see a great option there. It's take Lou along with you.
With that, would anyone like to do anything before we return to Fukyu and the point? So Lou or Alvina, do you guys want to, or Gwent, since you only went along and tagged along at the shop, would any of you three like to do anything before we switch scenes?
Not that I can think of offhand. I just think
No.
Alvina's going to be just
Not yet,
going,
anyway.
yep, I look good in this dress. This'll do.
Give the pink dust a sniff. See what it is.
It's candy floss.
It appears to be pink dust. It tickles your nose, but it doesn't seem to have any smell or taste or texture to it.
It's not poisonous. Good to know.
Might be glitter. You're not entirely sure.
Oh,
All you know
I'll
is
do
that
later
it will
then.
never
Probably
leave your
glitter.
nose. You now have a permanently sparkling nose.
Permanently.
Yep, because they're always
It's
big
supposed
under
to
their
smell
snap.
right, Gwen.
Oh, Lou's going to get this right on his robes, on his lovely black robes. This is a glitter bomb.
Might be
And they'll
alright.
look great as they sparkle.
You're gonna just pour it on the
Could do with
point's
some
hair.
sequence.
You're gonna pour it on the point's hair. Just see what happens.
But
Point is bald and the head is very glittery.
I mean,
and if
glitter,
there's nothing else, we'll go over and see what Fukyu and the Point reunion's like.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
As
what
it's
I-
visiting hours at the jail cell.
Yeah. So, what I was saying before I realised my mic was muted was when the Point entered the room, fuck you, like essentially ran over to the mirror and was shouting, "It's about fucking time! Where's everyone else?"
And I hear that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can.
It
Okay,
seems
sound
that
does go through now.
however this room was set up, there was a necessity to have audio with the prisoner.
Don't close the door.
I will look at fuck you. Say, I think they're still arguing with the guard outside.
Okay.
Step backwards and begin to close the door.
Don't close it.
Like how you've been
And-
searching this building for over an hour now. It's like, oh, they're probably still outside arguing.
Yeah,
It's entirely possible as well.
it felt like a week they were arguing out there. So
Yeah.
The point, as you enter the room, unaware of not closing the door until Fukyu tells you, the door begins to creak close behind you from its own weight, and as Fukyu shouts at you, I'm gonna need a dexterity save if you'd like to keep the door open.
Do not fucking dare fail this.
okay, dex
Oh, yeah, you
save.
just have to turn around and quickly grab a closing door. I'll say it's like a DC 13.
Destiny, my destiny.
Oh, and closing a door might end up in the death of you, the death of two characters.
Both the bards.
Would you like to do anything before I announce the results of your
oh,
obvious
yeah,
failure to
yeah.
keep this door open?
Destiny.
Use the destiny to.
There we fucking go. This is why I saved it. I knew something like this would happen.
And are you using Alvina's destiny or your destiny?
I already used mine, so Alvina's.
That's why I knew you
Yeah,
would.
I used it when trying to convince that guy that I was invisible.
Yeah.
Are we
you
allowed
convinced
to
him
use
it's
destiny
spectacular.
points to block other people's destiny points?
Not without permission from the other person, because we have to abide by standard RPG rules of don't be a
Fair
dick.
enough.
No.
If you want to, I'm in. It's too funny to roll in
Nah,
that
you-
one.
You're fine.
Goes, I'll grab the door.
But you can use it for enemies, because you can fuck over the enemies all you like. That's the point of the enemies.
Yeah, they're-
But you manage to twist around and kind of grab out with your hand and stop the door just as it is about to close. You slot your hand in between the gap and are able to open it again.
Okay.
How would you like to keep the door open? It's like a semi-heavy fire exit door. Its own weight closes it.
So what I was planning on anyway, I'm going to summon Point Bot
Oh, nice.
to
Okay.
essentially hold the door.
Hold the door!
Oh, the door. Let's get some point bot in here. A little tiny point bot. Let's make you bigger. Oh, no, I need like the actual size. There we go. There you go, point bot. Hold the door. Just put him in there in the center. There you go. Point bot has been summoned. He is now holding the door open for you.
It was either Point Bot or Merida.
Yeah, just pop the door.
Either which advice. The door is now open. You can see back into the corridor. Well, you can see back into the corridor. Fuck you. As the door opens, you see nothing but a black void.
Okay.
Currently, the reflection of the corridor does not translate through the room's magic.
Yeah, fuck you's gonna essentially say what's happened over the last few days. Say there's something really fucking creepy in here. He's potentially met another one of the entities,
You didn't name this one, though.
but he hasn't named it yet.
Okay. And they didn't help?
They were like transforming into whatever I thought of.
Oh.
Then I thought of the weird, creepy thing. They kind of looked panicked, and then shit got weird. I think I may have given it more power.
Okay. Whatever you do, do not think of a chicken.
Well, I thought of ribs.
That's fine. Anyway. Yeah. So, but if I tell fuck you to not think about chicken, always going to remember the chicken, not think of the thing.
Yeah, so I've been essentially, from what I can tell, stuck in this mirror for the last few days, minutes, weeks, hours. How long's it been?
Oh, about an hour. Well,
Okay.
about an hour until we came to the guards room and came in here to find you.
I mean,
Time must be weird in there if it feels like days.
It's been about 2 hours since the first message to Alvina, I think, so...
I mean, it's probably been a good 6 hours since fucking message. Or last message anyway. Fuck you's gonna say,
is there any like switches or buttons or things there that like?
Are there?
Not that you can see, the room appears to be empty, but you already knew this from when Lou had a good look around the room. There's nothing out in the corridor either.
What did you do to end up on that side?
I mean, I came in the door, I closed the door, and then the door was gone from my side.
Okay.
Don't close the door.
I'm going to try something.
Okay.
Is it closing the door?
Not while I'm on this side of it. I'm going to leave the room.
Okay.
Switch place to the point bot. Send point bot in. Close the door.
You do so, you close the door. From the point's perspective, you are out in the corridor.
Point Bot dies.
What would you like to do, the point out in the corridor?
Wait a minute. Just long enough that fuck you thinks I'm gone. And then we open the door.
A minute goes by. You open the door. Point back glances back at you, confused. He's still in your side of the room.
That didn't work. I tell point bot to hold the door again and step back in.
You do
Right.
Wait a minute. I've had a thought.
Has anything changed since you went in, apart from you being on that side?
I mean, I broke the mirror.
Oh, I can see it. I mean, I can try and fix this. I have duct tape.
You're the one who has the duct tape.
I mean, I don't think tape's gonna really fix it.
I also have mending, but
That'll take a while.
Yeah, that'll take a while.
I can cast mending 10 times faster than anyone else.
As you're having this conversation, you both on the peripheral of your consciousness, notice a slight, ever so slight, shaking of the mirror pieces. Enough that you could easily ignore it if not for the strange kind of catch like shimmeringness on your peripheral vision.
Are they moving for you too?
Yeah.
Right.
I think I fucked up
White
when I broke
bot,
the mirror.
you got the door? I'm gonna.
Whitebot
Whitebot doesn't speak. I'm gonna attempt to mend some of this. Let's hope for the best.
Okay. Okay. One.
Oh no.
When
Okay.
Point does that, Fucky's
Oh
gonna.
no, I don't like that.
Yeah. Fucky's gonna sit back down and try to get back into that dream space.
Oh no.
Ooh, give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check.
See how quickly it takes
What
you.
sources they're unnamed?
18.
Not even their job. 18.
Oh, well, it takes you mere seconds. You've somehow you've gotten more practice and experience. It's probably the exhaustion from being in the room already.
That
You find it
he's
easier to
probably
He's
zone
that
in or
pissed
out.
off.
He's probably not as pissed off now.
He's too tired to be angry.
Yeah.
He's angry.
You find yourself back in your ethereal dreamscape. A similar situation as previously. The mirror is completely fixed this time, and the scenic nature beyond the mirror as if it's a window.
He's going to be thinking of the point, and like looking out in like face up against the window, looking for something that looks like a crayon drawing of the point.
Give me a charisma check
Charisma check.
as you force your will back into the world.
Only 11. Has a 4 on the die.
It takes a couple of minutes, or a couple minutes go by, but nothing appears. The creature does not return to you.
Fucky's gonna start calling through. She's just being like, "No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to think of that thing. I don't know what it did to you. I'm really trying not to think of it anymore. I just want to say, if you're still there, because you were like changing into things, I'm gonna name you Morph."
Yay! Just thought I was going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then don't know if it's in there, if it can hear me, if it can like sense being named. But then Rocky's gonna be like, I don't know if it's this specific room that I can get into here, or if I can do it anywhere else. But once I'm safe and away from here, I would try come back. Bye.
Wait, what?
You do so. It takes you a couple of minutes for all this to play out. As the point, we return back to you, and you can see Fukyu in the other room through the mirror, kind of meditating, their eyes closed. But the walls are beginning to shake more and more as just before Fukyu comes back out of it, you notice that your own reflection in the mirror is suddenly grinning at you.
Backwards.
That's a bad sign.
It follows suit. And then it seems to glance over at Fukyu and duplicates Fukyu. This time next to your own body. Fukyu's image is no longer a reflection. There's now two Fukyus in the room. One where Fukyu previously was, but stepping out of your reflection is a new Fukyu that is kind of glancing you up and down, this twisting grin on Fukyu's face as it considers you.
You not like this. Fuck you. Can you see Handsome and ugly over here.
Will fuck you come out of the transfer at this point?
Yes. At this point, you hear the point's question.
Fuck you like opens his eyes and like looks towards where he was talking. Can he see like another fuck you and point?
You can. Yes.
Yeah.
Only this time, as you open your eyes, it's not simply in the mirror. They're in the room with you.
Ah, fuck.
As the duplicate fuck you reaches out and in this strange murmuring takes on your voice, and in this high-pitched wailing echo you hear the words directed at the point. Fuck you! As the point, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Vicious mockery.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, of course, I've rolled well on vicious mockery.
16's not bad.
Yeah, it doesn't
You
beat
manage.
this either.
Ooh.
So I say it depends, does it? Is it
Hmm.
using fuck you spell DC?
Yeah.
It does. As the point, you take 16 psychic damage.
Ooh.
As that's where we're going to roll initiative for fuck you and the point.
Fuck you just like looks at him and goes, "That wasn't me."
I know it.
Whichever one's the real you, do something to yourself that only fuck you would do.
I mean,
That's
quite broad.
Yeah.
It's also very true.
I have myself selected.
What's your favourite lampshade?
I was about to say.
Yeah. Fuck you's gonna
Fuck you and
grab-
fuck you.
yeah.
One's fair.
instantly pulls out his lampshade. Well,
Won't be
not
able to
not
distinguish the
not the normal one. It would have been one of
Yeah.
the ones that he like found.
Oh, it's his special one.
Yeah.
It's an extra.
Mhm.
Spare. This.
Hey, there's now only one of you in there. And that lamp. But, you know, one of you and a lamp.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, where'd that lamp come from? Was it always there?
Ah, fuck you. You turned it into a lamp. Good for you. Let's get you out of there.
You see some really strange, twisted grin on your face.
That's kind of normal, though. It's fuck you.
But
isn't it?
we'll come back to you guys in a little second while we'll go check in with the rest of the party. As well, it's time for the time has elapsed now. It's time for
Hey,
a dinner
wait,
date.
what?
Lou, you're rolling initiative, apparently.
I see that.
It's in combat.
Who's in combat with
No,
the
you're not in combat.
getting
Get
the
out of
party?
here.
Entire town.
You're here.
On a diplomacy mission with both of the bards gone.
Yeah.
Luke Grimm, as you notice the clock, the time on your internal clock, you are aware that it's been nearly 2 hours since the point went in. And also you have a dinner planned where the rest of your party is going. What do you do, Lou? It's been 2 hours. How long do you wait for the point before assuming he's dead?
10 minutes.
I mean, you've waited 3 days for the fuck you. So.
Yeah, but that was for fuck you.
Ow.
No, I can't do that. I was gonna say like telepath to the point, but he'd be too far away.
Fortunately so. So, what do you do, Lou? Do you join up with the rest of your party for a nice evening, or do you stay out in the cold watching a guard's tower for the faintest hope that the point might return?
I hate to say, but I need to go to the party.
I don't know what you mean. The fact that
Too
you're
many
the
people
person-
missing at the party, they're gonna think something's wrong.
I mean, something is wrong, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but 3 members of the party not being there, that's like half the party.
I just assume Alvina's just very much in the knowledge of it's a party. The point's obviously going to show up to a party, so
Yep.
there's no concern whatsoever.
I was having the debate over the course of the week of would the point go in and try and say fuck you or focus on going to the party.
Yeah, because you did go in, and Alvina's like, well, you can't find the point, so assume that they've got it in hand.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the point to go into the room.
I was.
No.
Keep the door shut.
The rest of you arrive at the address upon the invitations that you each got. Each, I assume, looking your finest.
Yep, covered in leaves.
Wearing my new socks and a pink nose.
You find yourself at the entrance of what appears to be a large double-story central tower, very similar to the guards tower, if not bigger and wider. There are banisters of what look to be a symbol of what you assume to be rails on a pink background.
Okay.
There are administrative and personnel and clerks coming in and out of the building, and the address appears to stipulate almost a conference room style address somewhere within the building. As you stand there, you find nothing barring your entrance into the building. It appears to be a large, almost like town administrative office or a town hall of some variety. There appears to be rooms leading off with queues for what appears to be regular citizens, kind of in a zigzagging queue structure in various rooms that you pass, with clerks beyond filing various paperwork.
Go ahead, this coin look
As you continue down the very kind of warmly lit passage, there's a clinicalness to it, a very very standard paintings and potted plants, but there's also a hint of warmth in that sort of friendly government office vibe that you'd expect. As you're walking down the very kind of shaggy carpeted corridors. Let's get a round appearance of what everyone's dressed up as. Alvina, describe to us your dress.
Alvina is literally dressed the same as she normally is, but she is wearing basically a massive amount of just bright pink leaves in the pretty much form of a, like, dress. So it goes from, like, properly shoulders to, like, about halfway down her knees.
Yeah, I can just see Alvina in just cherry blossom.
Pretty much that, but an entire outfit made of cherry blossoms, basically.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The whole outfit is cherry blossom.
It is remarkably well put together, given the time frame upon which this was made. But it is quite stable, and you think it would even stand up to, a modicum of combat. Maybe don't go jumping in lava with it, but it's pretty sturdy. Zormir, what about yourself?
It's fine, her underwear repairs itself.
Same as usually do, but I probably shined up the armor a little bit.
You've got a bow tie on on your suit of armor. It's what I'm imagining.
You give it a pristine shine, and it reflects with a hint of nobility to it as you strut down the corridor.
I'm always wearing my finest.
Always wearing your finest. Gwent, what about yourself?
I'm wearing my lovely new socks, and I've nicked one of the tablecloths to be to go over the back half of me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any fancy clothes.
I was gonna make you, but you ended up being stuck in a freaking clothes shop.
You did. And Lou, you spent the last 2 hours just watching a guard post. Did you have time to change? What do you look like?
They said they cleaned up, at least.
I got similar to my usual robes, but a bit nicer, not as dirty as it would be.
It's your ritualist robes instead of
Yes.
the normal cult meeting robes.
It's my ceremonial robes.
The everyday robes.
Yeah.
No, special occasion ceremonies.
They're exactly the same, but the writing is just different on them. And there's less dirt.
Very nice. You find the building is well documented. You were never in the station to know it wasn't. But you find the government building well documented. There are labels and signposts that direct you to the various conference rooms as you make your way to the inner sanctums of the building and find yourself at pristine, what appear to be charcoal gray doors with a little copper nameplate to the side that just reads Ambassador Suite.
Oh.
Dibs on the Ferrero.
There doesn't appear to be anyone at the door to greet you, but as you go to push it, suddenly the doors open with expectancy. And you stare into what appears to be a very similarly fashioned room to the corridors, maybe a little bit more spruced up. There are slightly larger plants, have a little bit more variety, a couple more grander picture frames along the quite a large, not quite circular, but almost octagonal room. A large circular table has been laid out with a tablecloth and chandelier in the center with plates with silver hoods adorning it. Or whatever you call the silver lids on plates.
Gosh.
Glasses and bottles around the centerpiece. At the other end of the table sits what appears to be kind of on a couple pillows, old gnome with long straight grey hair and grey eyes, wearing a silky with silky white skin, wearing what appears to be just a rather finely made clerk's outfit. There is a small tattoo of a railroad on her left eyebrow. She is currently sipping on a small glass of what looks to be a bluish purple drink. To either side of her are two kobolds with black scales. One, what appears to be a little bit older, maybe not quite elderly, but maybe upper middle age, with white hair and purple-green eyes. They are both wearing black leather with several compartments around the body, but no visible weapons on them. Their cloaks overhung on the chair behind them. Across from the older kobold is the younger one, maybe in their early 20s. They have short curled brown hair and golden eyes. The first one has a more stern, grumpier appearance, as might befit a veteran of some industry. The latter, a little bit younger in expression, a little bit more lively, and with a much more filler cup of whatever this purple-blue liquid is they are drinking. They all glance up in your direction as you enter. Oh, and behind the, because you can't forget good old Norman Current, who's acting as the butler. Behind Grincelli, kind of in the shadow, to the point where you don't immediately clock them until you take in the full room, is the familiar visage of Norman Kent, the gnome clerk you are all too familiar with. Would you like to do anything before they speak? Would you like to wait for them to introduce themselves, or would you like to go first?
I'll wave at Norman.
Norman tries to hide a scowl, but isn't able to succeed. A rare occasion for him. You have the image he's rather mastered the art of a blank poker face, but somehow you've managed to break any attempt at hiding it.
We dragged him around town for like 3 hours looking for various people. I'm fine to let them introduce themselves first.
Then the first one to speak is the elderly gnome, the one that you presume to be Grincelli. Guests have arrived. Fantastic. Please take your seats around the table. And you can see there is space enough for Chris does some mental math. 6 of you. Oh, you seem to be missing 2 of your number. I hope nothing's wrong has happened. Actually, no, she wouldn't wear it that way. I see you're missing 1 of your number. I don't suppose anything's happened to... I believe they were called the Point?
No idea. Actually.
Must be having problems picking out the...
They'll show up. They always do. Probably being fashionably late.
There's not a dramatic point for him to walk in yet, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Well, please take your seat. We did lay out a table, a plate for Master Fukyu, but I hear he's rather indisposed right now.
Yeah, apparently.
Yes.
They seem
would
quite
like-
concerned about it.
Such a shame. I've requested one of our delicacies, one of our specialties of the district.
Looking at Alvina's, going, she's gonna eat the extra bit.
Would you
Fuck,
care
doesn't
for some
turn up
berry
soon.
wine? It's a delicacy of Bastion, grown from a rather strange mushroom grape. Has quite a lovely silky texture to it. Norman, would you serve our guests?
I respectfully decline. I find talking business and is better done on a silver head.
It's fine, I'll drink his. Just make sure it's in this glass.
Brent has grabbed a glass as well and just right up to Norman.
Mine's my magic sobriety glass.
I was gonna say, I thought Gwen would have just taken the whole bottle.
Oh,
see
Gwen's
where
getting
the
sloshed.
sensibilities of a
mean.
leader are in the group already. You see Norman very begrudgingly pour wine for Alvina and Gwent. Let's see, how well does he compose himself?
I have the most shit-eating grin on my face looking towards him, by the way. So...
Oh, look at that. Master of composure. Thoughts go through his head. He does not act on said thoughts. It'd be unbecoming in the
Yes.
presence of his master.
He spills drink on us, gets fire punched through wall.
In his head,
Like
several
your suit,
scenarios are
Norman.
playing out.
Quickly
Norman, your
stuff
soup is
poison
nice.
into the
It's
drinks.
good.
Nice taster.
While while you settle in with a little bit of drinks before she begins the introductions of her 2 other guests, we switch back to the deadly scenario that is Fukyu and the Point fighting a Doppelfukyu. As Fukyu, it is your turn. Doppelfukyu seems to have attacked the reflection of the Point, but is in the room with you.
So,
What would you like to do?
fuck you is going to, as his bonus action, is going to cast 4th level. Is it 4th level? Yes, 4th level Shadow Blade,
Nice.
and then as his action, he is going to run up to fuck you, doppelfuck.
Fuck.
Yeah. I'm gonna call him doppelfuck.
You.
And slash at him.
Go ahead and make your attacks.
Roll an attack. Oh,
He does use dex, thank
Oh.
you.
it didn't actually make the attack.
It just does damage.
No, but you do 17
Nice.
psychic.
What's not actually doing the attack? 13. It misses my spell DC. So
It's not a spell attack, it's a dex
is it not a
attack.
spell attack?
No. It's actually summons a weapon. It might have generally the same attack roll as your rapier, I think.
My rapier is a +8. It's a +1, sorry.
I was going to say +8 rapier.
So I'll just use my dagger attack die then. Oh, that's a bit better. 18.
Yeah.
That passes my DC.
It passes the double flux DC as well.
Nice.
How did you manage it?
So, if we do me to re-roll damage or just go with the first one?
Let's just go with the first one.
First one. And I am also gonna use a bardic inspiration and chuck in a psychic blade.
Ooh, nice. Go for it.
And that does an extra 21 damage.
21.
Oh, 21.
Bardix.
Live.
What's that?
As your dagger slices through the Doppelfolk, it's not entirely solid. It's almost viscous in nature, like a little bit more denser than a jelly. But you do find that the creature screams out in pain as your damage has successfully hit it and inflicted damage upon it.
So that was,
not any more, not any less than
yeah,
you'd
so
expect.
that was 21 psychic damage and
17 psychic damage.
and yeah, 17 psychic damage with the
Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade, yeah. So,
It takes the full amount of damage.
yeah,
Hell
and
yes.
I know I'm not immune to psychic, so it shouldn't be.
Who knows how much of your stats it takes.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
So I'm.
Have you got anything else you can do?
I mean, I've already used my bonus action, so I can't disengage. Can I disengage? I think
You
that's
can walk away. You've got
Yeah.
You've done action, bonus action things. You can just
Yeah, movement.
yeah.
Yeah.
You've used some movement, but you can just walk away and hope he doesn't stab you.
yeah. So yeah, fuck you's gonna like jump 10 foot back.
You do so. The creature does not react.
Cool.
Doesn't react. Okay.
At the point, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. First up, are those stools attached to the floor?
They are not.
Okay, I'm going to go run over. Oh, hang on. I'm going to see if I've got enough movement to do this. To run over. Okay, I don't quite have enough movement. I'm going to run over and grab a stool and start running towards the door.
You could use your action to dash.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do something with it.
So what I'm going to do with it is jam it in the door.
No, I mean, do something with your action, I meant.
Oh, I was just going to cast Shatter, but I can save that. So, run down, jam that in the door.
Yeah.
I don't drag the circle. Give me the damn circle.
And then,
Why won't you let me drag the circle?
Wrong layer, maybe?
Yeah.
Or using the wrong
I
tool?
can resize it.
Ooh.
There we go. It technically counts as moving it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Teleworks.
We're gonna resize move it. Okay, it's jammed in the door at the point. Did you have to dash for that?
I did have to dash for that.
Anything we want to do with your bonus action?
On my bonus action, clean action to summon Merida. I'll go 10 feet back. Here, just stand next to the table.
Ready
you
for the
know, you-
next store.
I was gonna say, do you not use a bonus action to instruct point bot with anything?
Oh yeah.
Dance.
Oh yeah, I can do that for free. Yeah. But the thing is, it's on your side of the mirror.
Mm.
I'm going to strap point to join me next on this table.
Mhm.
And that's it. I can't do anything else.
All right then. As we go to Doppelfolk. No thanks. Clear that. Don't care about that. Okie dokie. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Now the stool is holding the door.
And still keeping the door open.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Doppelfolk is going to reach out there. Actually, Fokyu, how do you cast spells?
Angrily.
Depending on what it is. Like if it needs materials, he would need to use his loot. Otherwise, if it's just verbal and somatic, he would essentially, like, yeah, do like hand wavies and speak. Usually, the hand wavies tend to be like giving the wanker sign or middle finger or anything like that.
Think yob, basically, right?
Yeah.
Double Fukyu stretches out their hands towards the point's reflection and flips them the bird as they cast Synaptic Static.
Oh no.
Ooh, I don't
Give
know
me an
that.
intelligence saving throw.
Brain lightning.
Fingers crossed. Oh no. 13.
Oh shit.
13 doesn't quite succeed as you take 26 psychic damage.
6, okay.
And on a failed save, the target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all of its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as its constitution saving throw to maintain concentration. The target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect of itself on a success.
Okay, point bot is a concentration spell, so I'm going to need to do that.
Hilariously, it is also an area of a spect spell. I can actually target the point box too. Can the point box take psychic damage?
Time to check.
I don't actually know. That's a
Yeah,
good question.
condition immunities. Yeah, it can take psychic damage. It's only immune to conditions.
Only immune to conditions. I need an intelligence saving throw from it as well.
Okay.
Fuck, you put the stool in the
Plus
doorway,
2.
is what I'm saying.
Yep.
See if the point can point box is right.
Nope. Oh wait,
No, that's on that one.
that is even worse.
Then unfortunately, it too takes 26 psychic damage.
Yes. Point bot's not supposed to take damage.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, 'cause
It
they
similarly,
meant-
I guess, has muddled point
Yeah.
bots and subtracts the d6.
Okay.
He's got a bit of a short circuit.
But that is double Fukyu's turn. Fukyu, it is now your turn.
Okay. Seeing it essentially, I'm sure that was one of my spells, wasn't it? Yeah, synaptic static.
Because it came off of your character sheet, is.
Yeah. Seeing that it's essentially casting my spells, fuck you is going to do the same to it. Ring out his like flip off the bird at him and go,
Have a taste of your own medicine, you cunt!
Wow.
and yeah, cast synaptic static.
Synaptic static. Okay. It has its own mental stats, so let's see here. Okay. 13, it fails.
Hey.
Cool, and it will take
32.
the 32. What
Okay.
kind of damage was that? Psychic again?
More psychic.
Psychic,
If you already
yeah.
know it's fine.
Yeah.
Its face begins twisting and forming again as half your face begins to droop down. It glances at you and then back a point. And in Celestial seems to utter something. Do either of you speak Celestial?
Nope.
It's Celestial.
Point bot does. Point does.
Yeah.
Let me just double check something. Gotta check the name of this. Icarus, give us what is ours. In Celestial. But that's Fukyu. Is that your turn?
And I'm just double checking my bonus action stuff. Can I? No, I wanted to save my inspirations for psychic blades if I need them for the time being. Yeah, that's as much as I'm going to do for the moment.
Then the point. It is your turn.
Muddled thoughts. Give us what is that? What? The point will start looking through his pockets just to see if he has anything that is theirs.
What are you keeping in your pockets?
Was it keeping in their pockets, precious?
knickknacks, and I doubt anything that would be theirs. But money, just the meaningful violet
Blank
honey.
pictures.
Yeah, there's a harmonica in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Just a castanets, a full-on pair of maracas.
screwdriver, a few nuts. So both kinds. So I brought a crossbow in there for some reason. Yeah. So nothing that relevant, I
The
think.
remains of your lunch. as well.
Yeah.
Do you
there's nothing
have
else.
a bag of holding on you, or do you keep all your larger items back on the ship?
I keep my large items either as part of Merida or on the ship.
Yeah, fuck you, with the bag of holding.
If it's just a quick through, just regular pockets, then that'll be an object interaction. Only a bag of holding requires an action to dive into.
I'll probably tell. Also, I will tell Pointbot to get them, but Pointbot having muddled thoughts, I'll let you decide what get them means for Pointbot.
What is Pointbot's main attack?
Pointbot is currently in metal mode, so I think it's just punching.
I guess he goes up to the mirror
slam.
and tries to punch the reflection of Doppel. Fuck you.
Okay. I will.
Is that like 10, 20, 30? I guess he dashes.
Okay. So yeah, he doesn't even get an attack.
He dashes up to the mirror, ready to like throw a haymaker at the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is that your turn.
That's my turn.
Alrighty then. It's Doppel fuck you's turn, and he's looking pretty angry. He keeps glancing over at fuck you. Is gonna. What's this? Fuck you. What's your speed?
30.
Oh, he also needs to actually mimic where the point is as well. So he's gonna move back. 'Cause he's supposed to be following the point in like mirror reflection.
Okay. I'm standing on the table.
Let's you know what? Let's go with Shadow Blades as well because why not? What did you do? Your dagger attack?
Yeah, I used my dagger attack. Right.
Okay, it's just a dex attack, basically.
Dagger attack for 26
Ooh.
on the point.
I think that hits.
On the point.
Yeah.
On the point.
That hits. Yep. Or is that damage? No, that's a hit.
Ooh, can you upcast?
You can.
You can, yeah.
No.
I think it caps out at 5 for its damage.
Something like that.
No, it caps out at 7th level spell. But I don't even have any of those.
Not yet.
Let's go ahead and cast it at 5th.
Yeah, so it is 48.
As again in Celestial for 18 psychic damage to the point, you just hear in Celestial, "Give us what is Kyrus's?"
Oh, also by the way, it's 48 plus his dex. If that matters for it. It's just a finesse weapon. It gives you a weapon.
And I guess extra +3 to that for 21.
It'd be plus extra 3 damage on Doppelfuck as well then.
Okay.
So take 21 psychic damage, and he continues to spit saliva at your reflection.
I am not looking good.
You can actually feel. You don't feel the wetness of it, but you feel almost an imprint, an idea of saliva splattering at your face as he's shouting at you.
Did you remember to roll your save against the muddled thoughts at their point?
Oh, I did not. Was it intelligence again?
And also, did you say the point bot is concentration?
Point was concentration, yeah.
Give me a concentration save for taking damage.
Con, I can't remember what the DC is.
It is DC 13.
Okay, point was up.
For the intelligence. With a minus to it, remember?
Yeah,
yes, minus D6.
Yeah. Oh, for concentration saves, yeah. Minus a D6, that concentration.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a DC 13. You can't.
You can't. Yeah.
You can't roll high enough to get for it to matter anyway. Okay, we'll do one more round before we head back to the others, because then we'll probably wrap up for the scene. Fuck you. What would you like to do? Double fuck doesn't seem to be attacking you.
No.
That's never stopped you before.
Yeah.
stabbed him. Oh yeah, fuck, did the Doppelfuck... Actually, I don't think it mattered because it was 26 in the roll. But I was about to say, I don't think Doppelfuck rolled the negative for being sent to static itself, did it?
No, that didn't.
He did not.
Dutch, we've got a bot in chat.
Yeah.
We've got a bot in chat.
Yeah.
Ban it.
Yeah.
Let's ban this.
You might have to go to the moderator tab, but now they've messed with it.
Oh, goodness me.
The little sword button at the bottom, and there's like a ban options in there.
Was this in? Where'd I go for this? Creator dashboard
It's
thingy?
fine.
No, if on... Yeah.
I should have it.
It's on the chat, there's a sword at the bottom, which says go to moderator view.
Ah.
And that's usually where you have to ban people now. It's a bit more of a pain in the ass.
Nice.
Yeah, Twitch, could you do us a favor and put that back on the default
You-
page?
you've banned Bob
We
as well.
Really missed. You banned Bob.
You banned me?
Apparently.
No,
we've been
Bob did
Oh,
the
Bob.
banning.
Oh,
Yeah, I did the ban.
I read that as Bob
Yeah,
got
Bob the
banned.
moderator privileges.
No, I brung the sword of
Nice
Damocles
job,
down
Bob.
on their head.
Bob gets a destiny point. Good job, Bob.
Hey,
You defeated an enemy.
Yeah. So
not Zormir, just Bob.
yeah. Fuck you realizing that it's not actually attacked him; he's been attacking the point. Is gonna double flip off the thing and cast polymorph at him.
Ooh.
So that is a DC 17, and gonna turn him into a snail
If it works,
if it succeeds.
because it's
You feel like it should succeed, and for a second you see its form shifting before it shimmers back into Fukyu. It seems to be unaffected by abilities or spells that would affect its shape.
Yeah,
it's a shape change. It's like it does not work on shape changes.
yeah. I remember that as soon as I did it.
Yeah.
But
a
fuck
good
it,
attempt.
the minute he's probably so tired he doesn't remember things like that.
It's a go-to, isn't it?
Yeah. In that case, Fucky's gonna turn to the point and say, "Leave the room." It's following you. It's following you. Leave.
When it's my turn, I
It's your turn. What would you like to do?
would like to go to the door, stand in the doorway, and just yell at it in Celestial. What belongs to Christmas?
Yes.
Christ. What belongs to Christ?
Here we go.
Chris.
It glances from Fukyu back at you. The last child.
Okay.
You're gonna have to be more specific here, and please stop trying to kill me.
At the point, do you do anything else?
I am going to ready an action of stepping out the door if it attempts to attack me.
That's fair. Do you do anything with Point Bot?
Pointbot's doing. I'm just going to leave Pointbot to keep attacking the
Mirror.
That is no ranged attack, so keep attacking.
Fair enough. Point does. Is Doppelfuck's turn, and it attempts to move back towards the door, where you are, and lashes out with an attack of some variety that doesn't matter because you'll leave the room.
Yeah. Okay. I'm out.
Let's see. Does Pointbot cast the reflection? Pointbot doesn't count. Pointbot doesn't have a soul. Sorry, Pointbot.
He's still valid.
A soul is actually a requirement, but I feel like
Might not have a soul, but he can definitely sing the blues.
As you vanish and are no longer reflected in the mirror room, fuck you watch as soon as the point exits the room and vanishes from the mirror reflection, so does Doppelfuck. As everything goes quiet, you're left alone with Pointbot smashing the mirror. You also cannot see the point for, after all, I said they're not, the corridor is not reflected in the mirror. The point, how long do you stay out in the corridor? You can see into the room, you can actually see into the reflection.
In that case, are we out of initiative with Doppelfuck gone, or?
That depends if you step back into the room.
Can I cast a spell into the room from out here?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say,
try.
Do you have the door open still?
Yeah, door's open. I'm out here. I'm going to cast Shatter on the mirror.
You do so, the mirror gets shattered for the second time into even smaller pieces.
Make it even harder for us to see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've got for now. I will stick just my head in.
Floating head
You're
of fucking
opening
appears.
door.
Okay, you see a pointing head in the door. This does not seem to be enough to warrant Doppelfuck coming back. You seem to have found a loophole.
Okay.
Do I see the point's head come through the door?
Yes, it's just floating there in the void space.
Cool. Fucky's going to say, yeah, so, not alone in this room. You might want to go find an adult.
As we'll leave the two of those to discuss that for next week as we head back to the rest of the party. As introductions are being made by Grancelli. So yes, you are the new adventurers in town. I've heard great tell of you. Already the talk of the official circle. I should probably introduce my two other guests. This is Master Ziertik, of an official representative of the establishment.
I'm assuming that's the older kobold.
It is. And this is his, what do you refer to them? Apprentice. Apprentice Zikoid. Yo, how's it going?
Howdy.
Hello.
I've heard some interesting things about you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes, well, we've all heard quite a lot about you, but... Well, I'm sure you want to try the delicacy and have some wine before we talk business, although... And she glances at Zormir. I'd be more than happy to get straight down to it if you'd prefer. After all, I run a tight ship and I do appreciate punctuality and efficiency.
I appreciate efficiency as well, but trying to these people sometimes is tiring.
Alvina, halfway through a mouthful, goes, "We can talk and eat, it's fine."
Gwen's on a second cup.
As you open
talk.
the plate, you find none other than the district's specialty, that also desired sweet potato poutine.
Yep.
You may eat it upon your next short rest. You will gain the benefits of it.
Yeah.
What you were saying?
I believe we were discussing getting passage to the other districts and...
Oh no, that's already in the work. That is not why I wanted to discuss you. The business of the other districts are tangentially important to my business and affairs. No, my focus is much more close at home. I wish to hire you.
To do what exactly?
Well, you see, it's not escaped my notice that your party arrived 3 days ago, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
And for the last 3 days, we've had disturbances throughout the city. Tales and talk of ghosts and hauntings. A creature in the mirrors.
Alvina, like, twists her head slightly to be a little more coherent into this conversation. Just slightly.
Hidden mirrors?
Now, a more paranoid leader might assume that the two are connected. That either you release this monster upon the town, or it has followed you here. Now, I'm a very benevolent and... well, I deal with many types, and I like to think I have an open mind. That maybe it's a coincidence and this creature's arrival is unrelated to your party.
Did anyone bring anything strange with us?
Nothing
Other
like
than-
that.
I don't
Nothing
believe
like
so.
that.
I look at Lou.
Yeah, I go. Nothing even
Like,
vaguely
don't
like
look
that
at me.
kind of strange. Everyone knows my kind of strange. They're still on the ship.
I'm moving
mean-
on.
I mean, we've brought a menagerie of animals. That this one
I'm
will
pretty
not
sure
let.
they're all accounted for. I got told about them on the. I got a list.
But they're mostly pets and things like that. I don't think we'd bring any
I
evil.
mean, even if they did
Mirror.
somehow get onto the ship,
There's
off
no
of the
weird
ship.
mirror things. There's no weird mirror things, and there's
Yeah.
nothing that can haunt in my
The
menagerie.
younger black kobold grins a little bit. Oh yeah, we've heard lots about the very peculiar companions you've brought about. Yes, your old friend was very enlightening in that regard. Well, both of them anyway.
Well, you know of our companions on the vessel, which they are staying where they're told.
Yes, we must thank you though, returning a golden a gold heart child to us. Ah, you've certainly earned favors with the nobility there.
Extra gold art child.
But anyway, I can already see old Grumps over here giving me the stink eye, so I better shut up now. Yes, anyway, as we were discussing, let me make my position clear. I always find honesty is a great recipe for avoiding problems in the future. My main goal as union leader is the efficient running of the docks to make sure that the vital infrastructure that resources the rest of Bastion, the efforts and the lives of everyone here remains running in the most optimal way. As you can imagine, we're very strict about any disturbances that may cause problems for either the workers or for the infrastructure itself. Should this ghost, however it has arrived in the city, were to stop causing problems, the Union would look very favorably upon anyone responsible for ridding us of this plight, irregardless of any role they may have been involved in with its arrival. Now, of
And
course,
what-
you will be compensated should you accept the quest. I can offer both monetary and favoritism, shall we say, or at least a fondness in return. I always find it's good to have friends among the Union.
Alvina's got a grin as much as she can while eating.
Well, I am trying to garner favor with more people and strengthen the
We like
What?
friends.
make stronger allies and acquaintances in all aspects of this.
Excellent. Then I assume that you'll accept the quest? Rid Shadow Cove of this mirrorsome menace?
Once we find it, we will do utmost to get rid of it. Yes.
With that in mind, what would you refer to as Kent? No, just Norman. Yeah, he's pretty loyal. Norman has pieced together a list of residences and areas in which the disturbances were reported to begin your investigation and tracking down what this creature is up to. It hasn't hurt anyone insofar as it's mostly spooked people, but, well, rather not risk it escalating, shall we, when there is no need to. If you can maybe find out what the creature wants, you may have a better idea of how to remove the city of it.
Out of curiosity, I believe, fuck you said, there's this weird grinning ghost thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go. Out of curiosity, any of the people who've seen it, they haven't mentioned it grinning, have they? Like
Oh yes, it's
weirdly
been
grinning?
quite the spectre. I hear it torments people's reflections. It's even used their own reflection to shift things about the room as if searching for something. Occasionally it will speak these high-notes messages that unfortunately no one's been able to decipher. We think it may be celestial, but no one at the scene or at the scene of these instances have ever spoken it.
Oh, I know how to.
Point speak celestial.
I do as well.
There is also another matter, a possibility much more troublesome. Zertik,
Yeah.
if you would like to inform them about your own organization's worries. The older kobold stares you all down.
I stare back.
Give a
And
wave.
the fact that this creature has been said to speak celestial and the manner in which it is moving about the city gives us pause and concern for potential espionage considerations. That it might be an agent of the Radiant Empire that has somehow gained access to the city. The fact that it is only appearing in mirror suggests it may be traveling via a subplane, demiplane, or other reality, and might be avoiding the city's natural defenses that would prevent or at least discourage agents of foreign factions gaining knowledge and access to, as you can imagine, our most prized secret, the location of Bastion. As a secondary objective of great importance, my faction would like you to ascertain if the goal of this creature is that of espionage, what their relationship with the Radiant Empire is, and if they have gleaned knowledge of the city's location, or any fact or knowledge that may be of a lethal detriment to the rebellion, to put the creature down as efficiently and completely
Precisely, completely.
completely as possible. Yeah, he's kind of hinting at the idea of no resurrection. Like, make sure it is dead, so it can't even, like, come back dead.
I think we can accomplish that.
Use extreme prejudice.
With that, the boys down in the labs, and you see there's a bit of a grin, like a kind of sadistic grin to his lips when he speaks this. Have worked up a little device, still in testing and experimental, that may be able to help you. It'll take some charging from what I've been told, so you unfortunately may not work straight away. But
God, let me look it over first, please.
as he from under the desk takes out what appears to be almost a like a large radio or like scanner device or handheld scanner with 3 central decreasing rings on the top of it, almost like a ray gun attached to the scanner, and very slowly moves it across the table towards you. As you look at it, Zormir, your immediate thoughts are towards the Arcanite embedded within the device, as well as what appears to be the central coils appear to be made out of twisted silver, with the central kind of there's a small bowl in the top underneath the 3 rings in kind of embedded in the device, and you see poking out what appears to be if I just double check what type it was. I did have something in mind here. I need to double check my notes. What type was that? What color?
I'm guessing it's another combination.
Okay. With a how do I describe this? There's a large crystal and a small crystal embedded in the larger crystal. So the large crystal is that of vermilion,
Mm-hmm.
the reddish-orange arcanite, with a very small, not quite even a full shard yet. It's almost similar to like how tiny the platinum piece is, like a small bead of copper arcanite.
So you've got a whatever copper does laser beam, basically.
Oh. Copper. All right.
You're aware that copper is the shifting arcanite. It is used for planar travel.
Alright.
And defines the laws and boundaries of realities.
That certainly is an idea. We'll
Now,
definitely keep it somewhere.
I should emphasize that we will want this device back once you are done with it. It is quite a valuable piece and has used up our very limited supply of raw, pure arcanites. So don't go prying the copper.
What charge does it use? You said it needed charging.
I think I'll be able to do something with that.
Okay.
It requires spectral energy. In theory, if you manage to find the specter haunting the mirrors and keep it in proximity to the creature, it should charge it itself and allow you to mimic the creature's power and transport in and out of the mirror dimension.
Okay.
I suppose I don't think I can bolster it with my batteries. Maybe? No?
Unfortunately not. We've tried pre-charging of arcane energies, but... well, it's been, we wouldn't recommend it.
I suppose it might
Not
have the
without
effect...
at least 50 foot of lead in between you and it.
I suppose it might have the same effect as yellow arcanite bolstering it too fastly. It can be rather explosive.
Oh, interesting. I bet the boys over in the science district would find you rather fascinating. What was it? Zormir, what was your suffix? Is it Professor?
Doctor.
Doctor? Yes, Doctor, wasn't it? Dr. Zormir?
Yes.
But
I do.
Well, that would require you to have your passport and also a license to the science ward, which I'm sure my contacts in the science union could potentially procure.
I certainly find it very interesting, your uses of this vermilion arcanite along with the copper.
Yes, well, the older one kind of gleams at you, and you can see the younger one kind of snickering, kind of trying to hide a laugh. We're very we're a very industrial faction.
I could probably teach you a few things if it...
I'm just gonna kick Zomir's shin briefly. Like,
ow!
absent-mindedly.
Sorry,
Unfortunately, I don't think you'd have the stomach to join us.
Stomach?
Yes, anyway.
Ethics is such a problem.
I believe this concludes our meeting. I would quite like it if you got to work straight away. The sooner this creature is removed and eliminated, the better we'd all sleep at night.
Sounds like a plan.
We may need some assistance getting into where we think it might be right now.
I think I know where it is.
We may have...
Yeah, glances over at Norman. My personal assistant can provide you access to any restricted area within the city.
Perfect.
There's not a rock unheard of that the Union can't gain access to. After all, we control the docks. We control the flow.
Okay, then we'll need to speak to your security then.
Oh no, we've got this. We've got the assistant now, so we can get in, and it won't be a problem, right?
Yes.
Norman kind of trying to stifle a grimace. Yes, your ladyship. It would be my pleasure to
Alvina,
escort the adventurers wherever they need to go.
Alvina with the biggest grin.
Yes, Norman. I'm sure Alvina will happily escort you.
Yes. Shall we go release your friend now?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Thank you very much for the food. It was fantastic.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you
glad
very
you
much.
Come on, Gwent. Enough drinking.
Wait, no. Just one more.
You can
More,
drink
please.
on the way.
Please.
May I just
Ooh.
formally say, welcome to Shadow Cove. I hope you enjoy your stay here.
Thank you very
As non-disruptive
appreciated.
as I hope it will be.
much.
We will do our
Well, let's
best.
hope.
I'm
We-
towing Gwent out the door as he's grabbing the last drink.
Wait,
When it comes to the disruption of the docks, there is no try, there is just do.
Well, we don't intend to impede anyone.
But as you leave, that is where we're going to end for today. The party, presumably with their new mirror hopping device,
And Norman.
and Norman head their way late in the evening to the barracks tower.
You guys are getting
As
some backup.
as the Point and Fukyu have a conversation with the Point's floating head, and we'll find out more next week of will the party be able to stop the Aizmirst.
Yeah. Alvina is, while walking like down the corridors, essentially stowing the dress in her backpack and pulling the little firefox out. It's going, right, let's try this again then.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. I hope you had fun. I hope you found some interesting things in the city. Let's see if Fukyu might survive. The Point might not now.
Yeah, the Point might not.
It's all right.
Will the Point ever remember what the child is? The last child.
Alvina thinks figured it out.
Yeah, I've got an idea, but
Yeah, I think you might have the same idea as me.
Who knows? Who knows? Probably not, because
Oh.
But with that, thank you all and good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.